Welcome everyone to the EBM Scholars. Today it is a very special day because we have a special guest and she will be having a lot of questions for people to ask, and she will be having opportunity to answer your questions. We have been talking a lot about green card lottery and what is the best way to talk about green card lottery than talking to someone who has been to the process. So I'm waiting. I'm going to bring our guest today, Shiko Hope, on my YouTube channel. She's here already. She's here joining me, and she'll be answering a lot of questions. I know people have been waiting for this interview for quite some time. Welcome, Shiko.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's show. My name is Shiko Hope.
Not just Shiko Hope, the DV lottery winner, the luckiest person on the planet Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. So there will be questions from people through the comment section, but I will start asking you a lot of questions. If some becomes so personal, you can answer or not answer, is up to you. But people have so many questions they want to know or they want to hear.
Okay.
Let me start with the question number one. How many times did you apply for the DV lottery?
We had applied for 3 times.
And the third time is the time you won?
Yes.
Did you have any, when you didn't win the first time, what motivated you to continue applying for the DV lottery while you know for sure you didn't win?
Okay, when we applied for the first time, it was due to confirm from our sister. She already won and she was already here. So she was pressuring us to apply, and we did for the first time. Then she called me on the day the results were out. She called him and she was like, Shiko, do you know the results are out? And I was like, wow. And she was like, can you send me the confirmation number so I can check for you? Because that time I was at home and I didn't have a smartphone. So I sent her my confirmation number. She checked and she found that we were not selected. She called me and I was hoping that she will come back with good news. But she told me, you know what? You are not lucky this time, but next time, apply again. So that's why we applied for the second time. Yeah.
That's good to hear. So your family is the lucky family.
Yes, if I say we are blessed.
So people in Kenya, if they want someone to marry, they have to go to your family.
Yes, they should do that.
Because that is the chance of not only just winning the green card lottery, but just to be lucky and to thank God for that particular opportunity.
Yeah.
So when people apply for the green card lottery, we tell people, and this is something you have talked to your YouTube channel, we say application is free of charge. But once you win the DV lottery, it's not free. There are so many processes after that, and those processes you have to incur some expenses. Can you talk about the expenses you underwent when you won the DV lottery?
Okay, when we were selected and we confirmed that for sure we are selected now, we started to research on what the next step to take. And by that time, when we were applying, passport was not a necessity when applying. So we didn't have passports. And we wanted to fill in the DS-260 form. And when we went to start filling down the form, we were asked for the passports. So we had to take a break to go apply for the passport, then wait for them to be processed, and then come back to the DS-260 form and continue now with filling the form. Now, my family is a big family. It's me, my husband, and by that time we had 3 kids. So it was a family of 5 people. So you can imagine applying for passports for everybody.
5
And
people.
yes, yes. And it is something that we had not planned for. So it took time. And then when we went for the application, it took a long period, because it took 6 weeks for the passports to be ready. So we delayed to fill in the DS-260 form. And our case number, it was so low. It was 8,000.
Oh, that's a very good number.
Yeah. Now we delayed. Now after filling out the DS-260, now the passport money is already incurred. You can do that mathematic. We were paying for 6,000 per passport. So 6,000 times 5, that is 30,000 just for passport.
Kenyan shillings, people, for those who are in other countries, she's talking
Yes.
Kenyan shillings, not in US dollar.
Yeah, that is in Kenya shillings. Now, after filling the DS-260, now we started knowing what the other documents are needed. Initially, we had when applying, we said we are married, but we didn't have any marriage certificate.
Yes.
So we had to look for that, and we weighed between doing a church wedding or going to the AG's office. Doing a church wedding, it will take a lot of time for preparation and all that.
Yeah.
So we opted to go to the AG's office. It was so fast, so quick, and we got the marriage certificate because it is required. There we paid. That is another amount of money we spent there. And then it is not me who won, it was my husband who won.
Yes.
So he had to go to the National Examination Council office
to get the education certificates.
Yes. And he paid 2,320 Kenyan shillings. So that is another thing that we spent on. And then we were so fast, we were acting so fast, and we did a mistake here. I have to state this. We went to take our police conduct clearance form very early. We did it very early. And so that we want to be ready, because we don't know any time we can be called for the interview.
Yes.
There we paid 1,100. It was for him and for me. We did it for both of us because we are adults.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You are
I'm
frozen.
lost.
Yeah. Are you still there?
Oh yes.
No, yeah, now we are.
Sorry about that. Now we have the marriage certificate. The NEC is already done. The next thing that we spent on was the medicals.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
For the medicals now, this is where we had to cough money because it is for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had to go to that particular IOM, International Organization of Migration, something like that. Yeah, we had to go there. We can't go to any local doctor or any local clinic for the medicals. And it is so expensive. And we paid a lot of money there, like 150,000 Kenyan shillings. And we are not yet done. Now, the other expenses we incurred during the interview day.
The visa interview, yeah.
Yeah, the visa fees.
Yes.
Yeah, that one is 33,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yeah. So $330 US, yeah.
Yeah, per person. By that time, when we converted it to Kenyan shillings, it was 34,000. So we paid 34,000 for my husband, for myself, for our 3 kids, everybody, 34,000. So it was a lot of money. It is a process that needs a lot of money, but it is not all at once. It is step by step. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for breaking that down, because usually I tell people, once you apply for the DV lottery, you do not know either we win or you don't win. So don't start like saving for that. But once you win, there are all those expenses. So
yes.
Question on that, was it worth it for you to incur all those costs just to come to America?
Oh yes, it was. Hey, it was. It was worth
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I have a lot of questions. Some people are posting questions in the comment here. Let me start with the. This is the question usually I ask people all the time, especially the winners. And the question is, how long, when you enter at the U.S. Embassy on the kiosk, not like submitting the documents, how long did it take? The interview, how long did it take? How many minutes for your case and your family?
Yeah, immediately we went to that window now for the interview itself. It was it was less than 5 minutes.
And
less than 5 minutes.
Yes, 5 minutes. What specific questions did they ask you? I know people are eager to know that.
Oh, yes. So when we went to that window,
yes,
yeah, my husband was told to, I mean, his biometrics, his fingerprints was taken. I was there myself holding the folder, carrying all the documents needed in case he's asked for anything. I'm there to give it out. And then my big girl was there beside us. The other kids, the 2 small kids were out there playing. They were not even anywhere there.
On the window.
Yes. So the consular asked my husband, "What is your name?" Obviously, he said, and he was asked, "Who is your host?"
Yes.
Who is your host? He said, "Oh, my host is my sister." What does she do? He said what he said, and he was like, after high school, did you continue with education? And he said, yes, I went to college. And the consular asked, do you have anything to show that you went to this college and this is the course that you did? Yeah, we had that. So I just went back to my folder, pick a transcript.
Give to them.
Yeah. By that time, the consular is typing. He's not looking at anybody. He's just typing. I don't know what they type there. Yeah. And he didn't even look at me. The consular didn't look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as he was typing, he was like, I can see only 3 of you here. Where are the other kids? And we said, we said, oh, they are here playing. And he didn't even look at or to confirm, because we have all the documents. The documents are there, they are ready. You know, when we go to the window there, they just want to confirm whatever you wrote before is not fake, is the truth. So, and that's all. He was asking those 4 questions about his education, about his host, and what the host does. Just that.
Yeah. And that is what I tell people all the time. Green card lottery, you will be denied the visa if you don't meet the requirements. And the requirements is education and or work experience. So if you prove that one, and you prove you are the one who applied, you were wherever you were born in Kenya, and these are your documents, there is no any reason to be denied the visa unless otherwise you are criminal. Background is going to affect you. But all those documents they have seen, so they're just going to confirm on that particular end. I want to add one point. I know the people who are now in the visa is going very slow because of the pandemic and other thing. One of the requirement, even the Department of State was asked the question, can you try to find a way to do online or Zoom, Skype interview? They said at the moment, the law doesn't allow to do that one because of the fingerprint and other things. So they might be thinking of different ways on how, if they have to change the regulations to allow people to do online. That's why you have to go on site. Then they have to confirm the documents and see you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Another question. First of all, there is one lady. She said, "Thank God she applied just once and she won. She's in North Carolina. Anita." Okay. There is other question. Let me go to the questions. First of all, thank you so much, Liz, for the super chat. I really appreciate. And I've already talked to you on the behind the scene that Liz is a YouTuber, is Ugandan. I've done a lot of live interview with her. She is in Colorado and she wants to have an interview with you anytime from tomorrow.
Okay. So yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. We have to support each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done a lot of interview with Elise. I don't know how many. Okay.
Yeah, I have watched you. I have watched you.
Yeah. So there are other couple questions people are having. First of all, there is one person who say, Irinesha TV says, same thing happened to me. The consular officer was just typing and didn't even look at me. I don't know what they used to type there.
Yeah.
It is a scary moment. Because you do not know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Was it your first time to be at the US Embassy?
Mm-hmm. It was my first time.
And you are obviously, because you said you don't have the passport, that was your first visa, is just to come to America.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So after that step, how many days did they tell you to wait for the visa, to be given the visa? They told you 1 week or 2 weeks?
Yeah, they told us they will send an email. Actually, we went for our interview on 21st December.
Yes.
And on 23rd, they sent an email. Our visas are ready. So we went the following day on 24th to pick them from our DHL office in Nairobi.
And what was your feeling when you hold the your passport with an immigrant visa, permanent resident visa to come to America? What was your feeling and your family?
Once we received that email, it was in the evening as I was making dinner for my family. My husband was in the sitting room on his phone. Then he was like, "Wow, our visas are ready." You know what? I just turned off my stove and I went to confirm if it is true. The passports are ready. The visa are ready. Our visas are ready. So that night, no sleeping. It was just jumping in the house. you know. Before the email, we were 50-50. They might call back and say, "You know what? We did a mistake. We approved, but we were supposed to deny." But now after the email, we were like, "Oh, this thing is real and it's true. The visas are ready." So we went for the visa the following day. You could watch us in town walking like this. It's like everybody knows we are going to America.
Here I come. I watched the video.
Yes. Yeah, we were very happy.
The day before coming to America, did you have some sleep, like the night before you go to the airport to come to America?
No sleeping. Oh, not sleeping. You know, you know, now you start now having those mixed feelings. You are happy you are going, but then on the other side you are sad. You don't know what you are going to get there, and then the life that you used to live in Kenya, your friends, your family,
Exactly.
you are going to leave them behind. So it was kind of mixed feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you were supposed to come on the first time you were coming after the interview, you have been given the visa. On the first airport you arrived, you call the port of entry.
Mm-hmm.
What was the steps? Because each person has different. I know you have special envelope which you're not supposed to open.
Yeah.
You give to the customs officers when you arrive. How was the process for you once you landed on the first airport? Was it in Dallas or Houston? Which airport do you arrive first?
In Dallas. We just arrived and we were good. No more going.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we arrived at DFW airport, we just handed our envelopes, and the officer there, he just checked on the computer, and he was like, no, this is the funny part. I had a 2-year-old boy, and he was so tired. He was just happy because now he can run around, you know. Now he ran around and went to the counter.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he shared the counter with the officer there. Now the officer was checking on the computer, and he was like, "Oh, you want green card? Yeah, this boy is so lucky. Welcome to America." You know. Now I picked my boy, and we as we were going, he told us, "No, you are not going through that side. You just go through this side."
Section.
Yes. Yeah, we had to go there and wait for some minutes, and we were cleared.
There is a question from Conrad, and he's asking, were you asked about affidavit of support or any other document about money during the interview?
Affidavit of support from the host, maybe.
Did they ask you?
No.
Yeah.
No, we were not asked anything to do with affidavit of support from our host.
Okay, that's a very good to know. I usually tell people some of the embassies they ask, but is not allowed among the documents which are listed. That document is not required about that one. Okay, let me find another question. There are so many good questions, so I'm just finding the one which are related. First of all, we answer them. Okay, let me ask another question. For you and your husband and your family, when you come, the host obvious is your relative. Are you still with your host, or you are now in your own? Or how long did you stay with your host if you have moved out or you are still with your host?
Yeah, the host was my husband's sister. They hosted us for less than 2 months. Yeah, we stayed with them for less than 2 months, and then we got our own apartment and we moved out.
Okay, so because you said you had the host of your relative, your husband's sister, and you, after let's say 2 months max, you moved out. There are so many questions, because even yesterday, when a couple days ago, I was live streaming. Someone asked a question: how long can you be able to be stable on your own? So those one I have few questions. Number one is, now you are working. How long did it take for you to get your first job, and how did you get your first job?
Okay, we arrived here, and we had to wait for our social security card, and it took 7 days. Yes. It arrived in the mail on the 8th day. Now we started to apply for jobs. I was lucky. I got my first job in the second week, and I started working. Yes, I was so lucky.
What is the type of job did you get the first one?
Yeah, our host told us we have to apply everything. We are not supposed to choose.
Very good advice, and you have a very good host.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we were applying in malls, stores like Home Depot, Walmart. Those that we could get fast.
Yeah.
He asked me if I can apply for restaurants like McDonald's, and I was like, you know what? I can't serve. I don't know American food. Then, as we were going for shopping, I could see people working at Walmart, Target, Kroger, and I was like, I can do this. This is not hard. Just stocking the shelves, and that's not hard. Yeah, you can't compare that with McDonald's. People coming there to order and you can't understand the accent. So I was lucky I got a job in the store at Walmart.
Amount of money per hour you get and the amount of money you are making per month in Kenya. I know the life here is a little bit more expensive compared to Kenya, but how do you see the intensity of the job, the minimum dollar job I'm talking about, like Walmart, the energy you are using and the energy you use in Kenya and the amount of money you can make versus the one in Kenya? How can you compare to someone who hasn't been here yet?
At first, it's not easy. I'll not lie. At first, it's not easy. You have to, when you convert from dollar to Kenyan shillings, you'll see it's a lot. But because you're still at your house, it's good because you are saving so that you can start life once you move out. And when you go out now to pay your bills and everything, now you have to work together with your husband and make the ends meet. Remember, this is not your future. You are not working in the store forever. You are going to upgrade. You are going to upgrade. So once you are in the host place, take this job, work. As you know how to go about things, you'll just go up. Because nowadays I don't work at Walmart.
Okay, that's good. Another thing, did you apply using agents, job agents, or you apply direct to the website of Walmart, whatever, Target, Amazon? Did you apply direct, or you also use the these recruiting agencies?
Yeah, we applied direct to the Walmart website.
Oh, okay, that's very good to hear. Related to that, so at the moment, I believe you and your husband both are working.
Yeah.
And you have kids who are in school. Can you explain how much do you pay for your school? Because some people, they want to know, Kenya, oh, school is very expensive. How much do you pay for your school, which is American school?
For my kids' school?
Yeah.
We don't pay anything. Schools here are free. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just
the only thing that we do is just wake these kids up in the morning, prepare them, give them breakfast, pray for them, and bid them, have a good day, guys. Let's meet in the evening. That's all. Yeah. We don't pay anything.
Okay, that which is very, very helpful here, because if we can, I mean, with the life and the saving is difficult here. If you have to pay for schools again, it's very, very expensive. We cannot be able to afford our life. Okay, related question to also that one. So if for the jobs you have been working, and the normal life you live, you are in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
Have you been to any other states?
To stay?
to state in maybe, have you been maybe to DC or other state apart from Texas?
Yeah, I have been to Maryland.
If you compare between the apartments, just the one you have, amount, whatever, you have been to Maryland, you have seen some friends. How do you compare the life in terms of the expenses between Maryland and Texas?
Yeah, I went there for 2 days, and I could tell life in Maryland is a bit higher than here. I could tell that even from the gas, their gas was a bit costly than here in Texas. And by that time, I asked my friends, "Oh, the gas here is so costly," and they told me, "No, right now it is cheaper." Right now it is cheaper. And then the apartment costs in Maryland, I found them a bit costly.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I was talking on the video when I was talking about the finding the host. Sometimes you might have opportunity to have maybe 2 or 3 people accepting to be your host. But one of the things you have to consider is also, where do they live? Do they live in Maryland? Do they live in New York? Do they live in Texas? I'm giving an example. Because the cost of living, I mean, yes, you're allowed to move to one state to another, but while you are brand new, you cannot just, I'm arriving to your state in New York, after 1 week I'm moving. Where are you going? You see,
Yeah,
you start life here. Especially, so if you have the option of being in the state like Texas, that's very, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, before I continue, I want people to, I want to ask some people here, to go to your YouTube channel and subscribe, because you have been doing very good job. Maybe some people, they do not know you are a YouTuber. So explain to other people who are here, what is your YouTube all about so far?
Okay, if you are new here, if you have never heard about me, if you have never seen me before, I'm a YouTuber. And I have a YouTube channel. My channel is Shiko Hope Official. You go there, subscribe, watch those videos. I have given some tips. I have not finished. I'm still doing the video. I'm going on doing the videos. I give you tips on how to do this thing, from application to filling in the DS-260, how to go about it, how to go get your marriage certificate, all those processes. I give tips on how to do that. I have done so many videos. You can go there, watch those videos. If you have a question, just comment below those videos. Yeah, and we will interact.
And
yeah, I have given you my Facebook page there. In my YouTube channel, you can DM me, my email. Let's interact if you have any questions.
Also posted the link of your YouTube channel on the comment. People can check it, and click the link will go direct to subscribe. Usually I tell people it is a great opportunity to ask questions. No matter question it is, don't think this maybe is a stupid question. Before coming to America, I had questions like, do they people even can throw up vomit on the road? I'm just asking. I do not know. Ask any question. So if you have any question, no matter how small it is about green card lottery, especially, I'm giving example. You want to process. So this is the person to be able to support and just go to your YouTube channel and know that. And also, because she's brand new here in America, she has a lot of things to compare quicker. For time when I came to America was different. We didn't have social media. We didn't have everything. So when I came back, so for my experience, for someone who comes now, you can be able to relate a lot on so many things. That's number one. And I've told you already, I'm waiting to read your book. You must write a book. So
yes, I will write. I will write.
Yeah. Okay. Liz, just 1 minute. I will send you a link. Liz will join us to ask some few questions live. Okay. Other questions I wanted to ask you. When you come here, obviously, you said you are comparing in terms of life in general.
Mm-hmm.
We usually compare the amount of money we spend on things. When you purchase maybe tea or coffee at Starbucks, you want to say, oh, is this how much Kenyan shillings? No way, I'm not going to do that. That's number one. When you want to purchase laptop, you want to purchase anything, your brain is translating, not just the language, but translating almost everything. How was it? Are you still translating? You are comparing the life all the time? Or now you have reached the point, now you see it's okay, this is the life I'm living now, I'm permanent resident, let me continue the life?
Yeah, that's true. We used to convert. When you go for shopping, we could convert the price to Kenyan shillings, and you are like, what? This small avocado like this size, 300 Kenyan shillings. What? Did we remember that we are not paid in shillings? We are paid in dollars.
Yes.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. You will come living that habit, because right now I don't convert. I'm used to the dollar life now.
Okay. Another related question to that. I usually tell people, when you are going to America, you have to make a decision. The day you arrived at the airport, you make the decision. Are you coming to America forever, or you'll be going back to your home country to live for the rest of your life over there? For you, it's a little bit different case. You have won the DV lottery, you came under permanent residence. But still, even if you come under permanent residency status, what is the overall goal? Is to come find the money here and go and invest in Kenya and down the road you move back to Kenyatta land? Or you just here, get me from here, put me in the barrio area. This is where I'm just here. I'm going to do my life here. What is your state of mind? Because that decision helps you to manage the money. What do you want to invest? Do you want to buy the house here right away, or do you want to continue building the house and your life in Kenya? I think we have a problem on, we have lost her, and I think she'll be back in a minute. Once she joins back, I will be able to ask the same questions. Okay. Let me answer some of the question. Can you work and go to college as part-time at the same time? Yes, she's back.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry about that. I think I have a problem with my Wi-Fi.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so the question was about, have you made the final decision, you and your family, especially your husband, that you are here to stay, or you are here just to see how things are going, then you are going back to Kenya, or you are just looking for the resources, just go back to invest in Kenya, or you are here, first of all, to invest here, live the life here, and down the road, you never know what decision will be done down the road later?
Yeah, people are different. But for me and my house, we have small kids, they are still in school. So we can't have any plans to go back, because we want them to get the American education, get the best. And I right now have a month-old baby. So you see, before she goes to school, she joins school and goes to university, that's a long time. So for now, I'm in America. My life is here. Yeah.
That is a very good decision. Why I'm saying that is a very good decision, because it helps to make a resources, because otherwise you might end up, you get maybe extra 1,000, or let me send this one there, let me stay with someone here. But if you make that decision, it's either you are getting the money, spending in Kenya, investing in Kenya, or you are getting the money and investing here, looking towards to build the family. I mean, when the kids, they are college, 20, okay, at that time you'll be thinking about, okay, now is the time, we can go back, maybe. But if you don't make that decision early, it can affect how you spend your resources.
Sure.
That is a very good, yeah. Okay. Another question is related to the credit card. Someone is asking about credit score. I don't know. Okay, just Liz is coming here, first of all. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Hi.
You know, one.
Yeah, so welcome, Liz. Okay, so yeah, as I said, Liz is also a YouTuber. I've been talking a lot with her. So there is a question about the credit card. Up to now, one of the things usually we talk to people, especially immigrant, is not just to come to America. Is that being America, how are you going to succeed? And one of the topic immigrant we do not know much is about credit score and everything.
Yeah.
So have you been exposed to the opportunity of learning about credit score, down the road investing, all those kind of things? And how is your opinion on those areas?
I think I had feedback. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I had two phones. So one was playing the video and now I'm using another one. So it had that echo.
Yeah.
How are you, Shiko? I'm happy to see you.
Nice to see you too. I only see you when you are doing streams with Mr. IBM.
You know, I follow you somehow. If you're doing, if you're doing the same videos, YouTube recommends the similar videos to you. So today, when IBM told me that he's going live with you, I saw the thumbnail and I said, but I know Shiko because I'm her subscriber.
Wow.
Because I see your daughter. Your daughter is so lively and so beautiful. So I always watch you people. And it's nice. So I told him, oh, I know this lady, she's from Kenya. You do know now you're famous, or you have no idea?
I am. Wow. I didn't know.
Because I did not know you personally, but I found you.
Wow.
I found you. I subscribed and I watched. You don't have so many videos, but you have a lot of views. So I watched all of them. Mm-hmm. The requirements. I watched when you landed. I watched you with your daughter. She's a bit shy.
Yeah, she is.
So how is it for you?
Not bad.
You people should come to Colorado and become my other family.
You should come to Texas.
I have a cousin in Texas, actually. Is it Houston?
We are in Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
Yeah.
I think, I forget which city, but she's also in Texas. So how was the weather for you? Did you have that big culture shock?
Yes. Of course.
I watched those videos and it's interesting to see the big difference. Actually, for me, there's this thing, I don't know if EBM, you have also seen the same. The sun here in the States is so closer to the earth. So if you're driving and you don't have like these glasses, you may not be able to see sometimes during summertime, or even when it snows and it's so bright. So sometimes when I get out of the house and I forget those sunglasses, then I have to keep doing this because it's too bright. The sun is so close to the earth. And for me, that I had never experienced that back in Uganda, because even if it's so bright, it's not like in your face, direct in your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy to see you guys. EBM, how are you feeling today?
For me, I'm very, very good so far. Few times I can feel dizzy, but I'm good. As long as I drink a lot of water, juice, fruits, eating fruits. Yeah.
I'm planning to do immunization. Shiko, are you planning to get immunized?
For now, I'm a little bit hesitant. I am fearing. I have not seen any nursing mom vaccinated. I'm still doing research on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, there are
Maybe
certain.
Beyond can advise us.
My advice will be very simple. You don't need to rush, especially pregnant women and the people with the early, younger children, like, because when they're doing the test, because they had it to do quicker, they didn't want to take the risk of doing all the tests. So it is very good decision. Just wait. You don't need, the vaccine is there, is not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
It will be there. So you can vaccine even 6 months later. You don't need to do
Sure.
right now. If this is in the end is conscious, it's not like though the community or the world now is telling, if you don't vaccine, you look like a bad guy. You're not a bad guy. It's a conscious decision. Because they didn't test the people who are breastfeeding, I'm not so sure. They tested other people.
Yeah.
That's
a very good decision. There's no hurry.
So, okay, so I just wanted to say hi to you guys. You know, I'm working. So I just wanted to say hi to you, and I hope whenever you have time, you can also, I can interview you on my channel, because I also do some videos on DV lottery and also different visas to US. Because when you get the similar questions, then you have ideas on what videos to shoot. For me, when I get a question, it's a video.
Yes, me too. I will interview you one of these days.
Okay.
Because my people, and I know they are here watching, they ask me, apart from green card, how else can we find ourselves in America?
Okay.
Mary American.
And I know you didn't come here through green card. You came here through some other ways. I will interview you. You will come to my channel and you give these people hope on how to get here through other ways. We will do this.
That is good. Now we have a date. I'll interview on mine, you interview on yours.
Sure. That's a date.
You can drop my link in the chat so that people can know.
Okay, I've already removed you. Okay, there is a question here. So when did you
question about credit card? I have not.
Let's go back to the credit card first, and then
the question about credit card, credit score.
Yeah.
When we came here and we started making money, we decided to open a bank account. So when we went to open the bank account, we were asked about our credit score. We were like, what's credit score? And then they tried to explain, we could not get anything. We could not understand anything. When we went to look for our apartment, they asked about credit score. We were like, what is this thing they are asking? What is credit score? We could tell them we don't have any credit. So even when we went to buy a car, our first car, they asked about our credit score. Like everything, credit score. We didn't have any. So we went to a credit union. They tried to explain and they gave us that credit card. They told us, you have this amount of money, use it, make sure you pay back, spend the money, pay back, and you will build your credit.
Yeah.
And we started building. We were just doing trial and error because we were not understanding anything. But later, as the days goes by, we are understanding. Even right now, we are still learning about this credit thing.
Yes.
But we were told you cannot buy a house without a good credit.
Yes.
So we were working very hard not to fail to pay the money on the credit card. So we want to build our credit. And we were told how to monitor our credit, if it is growing, if it is not.
Yeah.
And within a short time, our credit was good. Our credit was good. I can't explain what is a credit card or credit score, but I know how to build the credit.
Yeah. Okay. There is someone who also asked a question, and I'm going to answer that one. Say, can you use one credit card for all your purchases? The answer is yes, but not advisable. Credit card is just, in a simple way, it's a loan. Just in a normal way. It's not your
it's a loan. Sure.
They give you the money to use in advance. It's a loan. But it's a loan which you cannot take the money quickly. What you call cash.
You can't take the cash. You can't get out the cash.
There are some of the credit card you are allowed to take the cash, but they penalize you.
Oh.
So for instance,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you are allowed to get the cash. Even your credit, I believe, most of the credit card, if they're not from the store, if they are from credit union or from a bank, a certain bank, you can take the cash back. Most of the time you can take, but you pay more on that. First of all, I'm giving you an example. If you go to the ATM, maybe the charge is $3. I'm giving you an example. If you want to take the cash back, maybe the charge will be $15. And then if you take the cash back, the interest rate will go higher. So there are certain punishment on that. That's number one. So it's just a loan.
Yeah.
They give you, let's say, 1,000. It doesn't matter how much you have as balance. It doesn't matter whether they give you a credit limit of 10,000 or 1,000. Principles are the same. When you get the money, do you use in the right way? Using the right way is determining your behavior of how you use the money.
Sure.
Let's go to Kenya. If you go to borrow the money from all your neighbors, they will start talking among themselves. That person doesn't know how to use the money. Every day is coming to borrow the money. Every day is borrowing the money. And it's not paying back. They talk. That is the credit system in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Your neighbors, when you borrow the money all the time and you don't pay, they talk among themselves. So next time you go to borrow the money, they say no. So in America, we don't have the neighbor system. We don't have that. So they created the systematic way. If you use the money anywhere, they talk among themselves through the credit bureau.
Sure.
So they give you the money, 1,000. Number one, this is a game, how to beat the system. Don't go to the movie theater with the credit card money. Use on your essential. That's the person. Can you use credit card for all your purchases? If you're going for a debt, don't use the credit card. And if you use the money, go and pay back. Don't use over 50% of your credit limit. If
we were told not to use more than 30%.
You usually say 25, so you usually say 50, but don't go more than 25. Don't go 25%. So, and if, let's say, your monthly payment is $30, don't pay $30. Pay above $30. Pay $35. Pay $32. Computer says you are paying more than the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game. And for you, for instance, let's say you have one credit card, your husband has another credit card. Another technique is you put your husband as authorized user on your credit, and he puts you as authorized user. So that means the positive credit, if it is bad, good, is going to benefit you too.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the tricks, ways to do. So overall, this is a game. So don't use the credit just like, okay, I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to do this one.
Yeah.
Use that to build, because in the end, we say, if you buy the house, they talk about credit card and credit score. You want to have a good job, your credit score.
Yeah.
You want to have auto loan, credit score. Bad credit, you don't get it, or you get with
a higher interest. Yeah.
And that's why I usually tell people, yes, there is racism, institutional racism. No, credit card is not an institution. Who told you to go and spend the money randomly? It's not about white, not about black. This is the system. know how to beat the system. But Black people, we don't talk about money because we think that we know how to use money. In the end, we mess up our credit and we don't get a good loan. The white kid, their parents, they tell them about this credit. And the parents, they take the 15 years old kids, whatever, they are putting them as authorized user. They are 16, they're allowed to get a job, they get the credit, but they monitor the credit. The child who is a white person child, at the age of 18 or 20, they have the perfect credit score. You of the West. Those are the problem we need to, that's why the first question, the credit thing. So yes, you can use it to purchase things, but what will be the impact? So, okay, there was another question for you. When did you land in America? When did you arrive?
Oh, we arrived here on January 2018.
Pre-COVID.
COVID, it was winter time.
Yeah, but winter of Texas is not the winter of Montana.
but winter is winter. Imagine coming from Nairobi.
Yeah, Nairobi, yeah.
Yeah.
We got there in June. People say it's so cold. This is cold? This is not. Like, I'm wearing the t-shirt. People, they're just wearing all the colors. Yeah. So yeah.
My place in Kenya is Limuru. It's known to be cold. But when I came here, no. My Limuru cold is not even 1%.
Okay, there is a question. Someone said, "Hi, IBM, what if you win and you don't have the host? You cannot get the visa." Because in the DS-260, the question was, you have to put the address where you stay.
Yeah, so, where your green card and your social security will be mailed to.
So if you don't have the host, you cannot fill the DS-260, you cannot get the visa.
Yeah, because they will ask you when you go to the embassy, who is your host? You can't say you don't have a host.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people, like, another thing is you need to have the phone numbers, the contact of people just beyond your social media. Like, you need to have people who are not just Juakari and Eriki Omondi, whatever. Have other friends. Like, the problem is people, they don't follow me on Instagram, or they don't follow me
on YouTube,
or on Twitter, but they follow, like, why this person doesn't have even a good content and he has 2 million followers, and you want following, you win a green card, and go and ask that person to give you to be the host.
Yes. Yes.
You need other people who can add value out of your country. Who do you follow? Where do you comment? How do you have good conversation with online? You can have very good friends. Even someone you meet online, they can invite you to visit them in America because you have been good friends online and they share good things. Not just like, okay, let's follow their comedy thing. That's the problem.
And that person don't know you. He don't even recognize that you follow him.
Exactly. Okay, someone is asking a question. What kind of address do they ask of a host? For example, you should be that one. Address should be something different. Yes, that is the address. The address is the person where they live. The physical
address,
residential address, not the PO box where someone lives. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question here.
Yes.
From one Leticia Anyewu. She's asking, how much do you need to pay your host? And do you pay in weeks or months?
Okay.
Yeah, let me answer her. I will tell her that you don't pay your host. Most of the time you don't pay because these people are helping you to start life. You can't give birth to a child today and you expect that child to go to work and bring milk in the evening. So you have to, they have to accommodate you. Make sure you got a job, you get a job, and you have your own money. Now you can move out from your place and start your life on your own. We don't pay host.
Yes, that's why I tell you, you need to have people, friends, like connect with other people. You can have friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, if I'm hosting someone, I know, let's say you're coming from Kenya. How much money do you have to survive in America to pay me? You see, like someone can say, it's easier for you to come here. And once you are here, just start your own life and then continue. Okay, just like someone can say, okay, you can stay at my house for 2 months. Or can stay for me here 6 months. And after 6 months, if you want to stay, you'll be a tenant. So that's why I usually tell people about I talked about the host. You have to have this conversation in advance before.
Yeah, and let me add on that. Maybe the person who is hosting you is not well up. You know, we have some challenges here. Maybe that person is already new. She or he just got his apartment, and then you approach him to host you. He agreed. But once you come here, it will be so much for her or for him to pay for the bills, or because you are using like electricity, it's double, water and everything. Once you get a job, you can plan. Let me be chipping in something. You can arrange, because not everyone can accommodate you. Because
Exactly.
when they host you, they will incur higher bills than before. They can tell you, now you have a job, now you can help me to pay this bill and this one. You just plan, but you're not coming here to pay.
Yes, that is a very good one. It's just like someone is is trying to make sure that you have a good start most of the time.
Yeah.
Because and when you get to the job, is advisable, okay, I can contribute something just for the TC, like this $100, $200 there, while I'm still waiting to get the good money. I can start get my own apartment, things of that nature.
Okay. Can you answer this one about qualifying with work experience?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just let me talk about work experience in general. Yeah. When you win the DV lottery, you have two things: either to qualify under the education or the work experience. Education, minimum high school. Work experience, they have to look on what training did you have in order to do that work. Let's say, did you go to the trade school? Did you go to the these diploma colleges? Did you get a special certificate for that? That's number one. What training did you get? Formal training. Or did you get what we call the in-work training? For instance, you became a mechanic. Were you assigned in the shop, like the mechanic school, and did the training first of all for at least 6 months, then you qualify for that particular area? Or did you go to the beauty school to start working in the salon? So first of all, work experience is a trick, because they want to know what experience is either experience. Did you get a training in that particular work, or did you get training through education, like you went to community college, or do you get for special certificate? So it's not about the title of the job. It's not about the job. You can be a cook. Where do you cook? You cook at the small, in front of your house. You put a githeri outside your house. Does making rice, jollof, whatever, those kind of things in front of your house qualify as a work experience? No, because they look at the magnitude of it. But if you work in the restaurant as a chef, that will be a different ball game. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they look like kind of that. So for instance, someone say, with a work experience, can I use my business certificate since I'm a trader? It depends on the type of the trade. Is a trade you are talking about just selling vegetables out of your house, and you call that is a trade? Is having a kiosk in front of your home, that you call a trade? Or betting, you call it a trader? Because all those kind of things, they depend. Those are the things they look at it. And the work experience, even when we talk about work experience, we don't mean that you must get the salary. And this is the problem which I have with my fellow Africans. You find someone is finishing a school for 5 years, is waiting for the job. But have you ever been going to volunteer once per week to work with orphanage center, to work in cleaning the beach, or doing some initiative like environmental. All those, even if you are not paid, is a work experience. The point is, how do you write it? Because my YouTube, this is a work experience. But don't tell me you have, let's say you have 1,000 subscribers, or you have even let's say 1 million subscribers, but you make one video in 2 years. That doesn't help you. But what we are doing this one, how many hours do we put into editing video, making the video, educating people? This is a very good work experience. So good work experience is not about money. For me, I have books. I'm a writer. I'm a book author. So if I say I'm an author, I have a published book. It's not about how many books did you sell, where the book is. The book is on Amazon. So the consumer can show I'm an author. The book is on Amazon. They know the value, the time you put on writing a book. But if you say you have a book, the book itself, you printed it on at the corner of your neighbor, is just typing with a typewriter, it says that is a book. No. So they are looking about the magnitude of what you are going to do. That's the kind of simply way.
Yeah. There are those people that come to me and they ask me about the work experience, and I tell them it's tricky. It's tricky to prove and to qualify with work experience. That's what I normally tell them, because I can't tell them it is like this and this, because you might try to start the visa processing, but at the end of the day, the consular decides this work experience is not enough.
Especially the work experience. I mean, like I'm giving you an example. Let's say Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi don't have high school education, but we know who is Cristiano Ronaldo. The work experience of Cristiano Ronaldo is a footballer. But you're telling you a footballer, even your team doesn't play in the Premier League of your country. That is not a work experience. You see the difference in what I'm trying to explain?
Yeah.
So, Yakin is saying, please, EBM, answer my question for me. One YouTuber told me I'll be denied a visa because I have McDonald's certificate. McDonald's certificate does not qualify. Please answer me. So I'm giving you an example. The point people I want to tell you is not about people want to say I work at McDonald's because it's an American company. Doesn't mean anything. The point, what do you do at McDonald's? Are you a manager or a cleaner? You see the difference. The point is not about McDonald's. Because people working at McDonald's, you can make McDonald's. Because even McDonald's, the owner of McDonald's is a CEO. It's different. Oh, I work at McDonald's, people, they degrade you. But what do you do at McDonald's? Are you a business manager? Are you a supervisor? Are you just, your job is just to dip the fries and you say that is a job experience? No. It depends on what do you work. What
training.
What is your title? What are your job responsibilities? It's just
the training is the key word.
It's just like the same way. What training do you have? You say you are a YouTuber. How many hours do you put into your YouTube? So being a YouTuber, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You can say, I work, let's give you an example. I work at Kenya Revenue Authority. We assume that if someone works at Kenya Revenue Authority is a high status job, or Kenya National Social Security Fund is a high status job. But if you are a cleaner, are you the same way like someone who's an accountant in the same Kenya Revenue Authority? No. So working somewhere doesn't mean anything. You can work at Real Madrid club, but your job is to cut the grass, and Zinedine Zidane is a coach for Real Madrid. What do you do at Real Madrid club? So your answer will be is yes or no. I don't care whether it is McDonald's certificate, whether it is a White House certificate. You can work at White House, and your job will be just to take a picture of people who are crossing the street. I don't care what your certificate is, but the point will be that what training do you get?
The training.
And what hours do you experience? Like you can be a translator, but what training do you get? How do you, what type of the contract do you work on translating?
Yeah. Let me put it like this. What I tell my people is like, being approved using work experience is tricky. They see like I don't want them to pursue with the work experience, but I normally tell you I don't want to mislead you, because at the end of the day you will say Shiko said I am a beauty, I'm a beauty salonist, I will get approved. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one who is giving the visa.
Exactly.
The consular will determine, are you eligible? Is your work experience qualifies you to be approved? I will not be there. I will be here, and you will be telling me, Shiko, you lied. But I am I am saying qualifying with work experience is tricky.
Yeah. In US, you are not allowed to work into a salon, cutting someone's hair, doing the makeup of someone, anything related to hair, without going to the cosmetology, those school, and get the certificate from the government. Those are approved certificates. You cannot be allowed to do that. But you tell me, yes, you work at salon. What training did you get? Just washing your hair at your home, and then you are going to work at the salon which gets 10 customers in 24 hours. So they look into those kind of areas. That's why work experience for usually tell people, apart from what you are doing, it's very easy. Start volunteering. Go to UNICEF. I want to be able to be coming here to help with the kids. Do this one. When the CEO of a certain company is writing something, this person is valuable to our organization. It means it's something. Not yourself. You are, I usually just do some cleaning in our neighbors. But what? But you need to. That's why you need to do something also valuable beyond of what you are doing. The work we are doing, yes, we are doing this work, blah, 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 blah. But what other things do you do out of the time? Volunteer, do internship. Those things will be able to help you because they are reputable. The CEO of a certain organization say, this person has been working here to support 1, 2, 3. Even the US embassy says, this guy, he's having a very good attitude. If he goes to America, America will be a great country. But you say, oh, my job is just to whoop. Really? So those are the things, like someone is asking a question, can you work and go to college as full-time at the same time?
Yes, you can. Yes, we do.
Explain to them, and then I'll come to explain to them. I'll add my point too.
Yeah, working full-time here means that you can work 8 hours a day. That's full-time. And you can work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That totals up to 40 hours a week. You are considered full-time. And then a day has 24 hours. And you go to work for 8 or 9 hours. So you can spend the rest of the hours going to school. The school is not full-time, it's part-time. Maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, or 2 days a week, or 3 days a week. So it's doable. We do it and we make it.
Yes,
but it needs sacrifice. It needs a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah, the problem of school in Africa is because, number one, our schools are just limited in terms of number of professors. They are limited in number of hours. So you find out, maybe you go to Kenyatta University or University of Dar es Salaam. You go there, there is one, maybe two, maybe on Monday, there is maybe political science 101. So all students have to attend that class. But here, there are political science 101. It is Monday, maybe morning, afternoon, evening, Tuesday, morning, afternoon, evening. So there are so many, and there are different professors, they teach in the same class. So it's me, when I'm selecting my classes, I would say, oh, I will take the course of Professor so-and-so on Friday evening. So you can decide to put your classes on the evening because there are so many options to choose from. And in the morning to afternoon, you go to school. I mean, you're going to work. You can do that. Or you can say, I'll put all my classes on Mondays. You see? And then...
Okay, sorry about that.
I will say, this is not...
It's here. Sorry, I don't know what they are cooking.
Yeah, smoke detector.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you can put your class only on Mondays, and then from Tuesday to Saturday you work. You can do that. And you can work during the night and go to school during the day. So that's normal. And there is no a person who is a full-time student and doesn't do anything. There is no such a thing. That is stupid. And the full-time here is 4 courses. In order to go to study more than 4 courses as a full-time student, you have to get a special permission. Because you are not going to understand, you are going to, like, I remember always doing my bachelor degree, the normal load was 8 classes, like 8 courses per semester, and that is normal. That's not normal. You cannot understand.
Yeah. Okay, let me answer this question from one Jared Bura. My question, when a family of 5 wins, that is principal applicant and 4 derivatives, does it mean out of the 55,000 visas, 5 are issued already, or they only count the principal applicant?
The county principal is 1 visa.
Yeah, that is 1 visa. The derivatives comes under the principal applicant. Don't worry.
They're going to be upset with you.
Many people,
they're fine. It's our visas.
Visas. It counts as 1.
Yeah. Okay. So if I'm trained as a teacher, that's my work experience. Monica Wambui. First of all, if you are trained as a teacher at what level, if you have a degree, already a degree is enough. But if you are a degree and also you teach, that is your work experience. Yeah. I'm a driver. Someone is asking, if I'm a truck driver, is that your working experience? Again, it depends. I cannot say like you are saying. In the US, to be a truck driver, you have to go to a truck driving school. It's not a normal driving school. There is a process. You have to pay over $10,000 to go to be a truck driving school. Maybe in Colorado or somewhere. You get that training. There are special hours you have to qualify. Just like you become a pilot. There is a training to become a pilot. There are certain hours you have to go. The same as the truck driving here in America. So if you have that kind of certificate, that's number 1. Then what company do you work? How you see, like, kind of that. You can be a truck driver, but you drive a truck from Nairobi to Nyeri, wherever you are going over there, once in a month, just to take like 5 bags of rice. Like, that is not a work experience. So they look at that particular, what training do you have, and the magnitude of your duties. They are looking all those kind of things. So don't say, someone say, oh, what if I'm an Uber driver? Because that I've been asked that way. So they look all those kind of things. So, but overall, no matter if you question your work experience, start volunteering. Simple like that. Have a backup, because you cannot tell me you are 25 years old, you are 30 years old, your work experience is just 1 item, just to go and do maybe cooking. What other things do you do for the rest of your life?
Yeah. Yeah. Someone here is asking about Conrad. Can her driving permit from Kenya be exchanged at the DMV to a Texas driving license as an immigrant? No. When you come here, you are treated like you have never, ever driven in your life. You start getting trained in the American system, because they can't take your driving license from your country. You will have to do the driving test here.
And I can add some on that. Number 1. Okay, let's go about Kenya. You are asking about the driving license in Kenya. What roads do you have in Kenya? They are compatible to here. Number 1.
And that's how to keep left.
The speed of Kenya. What is the speed limit of Kenya?
80 kilometers per hour.
Yes, so using it here, speed limit is different from type of road. If you are in the freeway or highway, or you are in the neighborhood, they are different. If you are doing the construction, so there are so many regulations. Even here in US, you are from California. You move from California, you have driving license of California. Yes, you can drive in Missouri, you can drive in Texas, but you're supposed to change if you are moving to another state and you live there permanently, you have to change your driving license to that particular state. but you don't need to go and take the test, like written test. That is the only difference will be. So each state, they have these kind of books. Like, for instance, this one is for Missouri. This one is for California. This one is Missouri. Missouri, I had the California one. I don't know where I put it. Whatever, I had the California one. So you go and do another test, written test, then you are going to do that. So they don't assume just because you drive in another country, you have, because the laws are different. Even in state to state, the laws are different. Yes,
you have to start afresh. You start afresh. And I have seen people, they have been driving in Kenya, and when they come here, they go for the road test, they fail. And they have been driving in Kenya for like 10 years or more than 10 years. Okay. And someone who is freshly trained here goes for the road test first time and he passes. Like I did.
Okay, someone is asking Rita, what happens to someone who has done different education system, that is A levels instead of KCSE? First of all, in a simple way, how many years from primary school to the day you finish your secondary school? If it's 12 years, is high school. The entire world, minimum high school is 12 years. So, for instance, you studied in Uganda, you have to finish your primary school, you go to the ordinary level, then you go to A level, that you finish. You're in Tanzania, we call advanced level and ordinary level. If you take those one, adding primary school is 12 years. So simple like that. So it doesn't matter whether you study in China, whatever country you study, primary school to secondary school, if it's 12 years, that is high school. Okay. Oh, there are so many questions coming up.
Yeah, so many questions. I'm trying to catch up with them. One Charles Rolls asks, which other jobs are available other than working in food stores and restaurants?
You can work as security. You can work in the warehouse. You can go, because there are certain jobs you have to get a certificate to operate. Like you cannot say, I'm going to just work in the nursing homes. There are certain training, certain things. But the jobs are there, a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
It's just which one.
These are the first one that you can do.
Yeah. I mean, when you come here, most of the warehouses have so many jobs. Working in the supermarkets, there are a lot because they hire a lot of people. We're not talking about the small dentist office. They're looking for a secretary. That's one job in a while. But when we talk about Walmart, they hire thousands and thousands every single day. So basically looking for any job which pays you better.
Yeah, and this is not the job that you are going to do forever. This is just to take as you know what to do next.
Yeah.
If you want, that is if you want. But if you want to remain here forever, it's up to you.
Hello, EBM and Hope, Shiko. Thanks for being there for us. You are a blessing to many. Kindly, would you like to advise between Minnesota and New Jersey, which one is better in terms of job opportunities? They are all the same.
Yes.
Number one, they're the same. Minnesota is the biggest state in terms of the geographical region compared to New Jersey. New Jersey is smaller. Job opportunities, they are the same. But New Jersey is so expensive compared to Minnesota. And the minimum job you can get, the minimum job will be more or less the same, $10, $12, $15 per hour. All the jobs they're almost the same in America. What I can simply say, if you tell me like Montana and New York, yes, obviously New York has more opportunities because Montana is a bigger land, doesn't have many people. But Minnesota is a bigger state with many people, but it's a low cost of living. But if you're looking for job opportunities, especially when you come here, you are as we are saying, you are looking for the basic job to start your life with. Down the road, when you're looking for the really professional, you can apply anywhere you want within America and you can move to those particular states. But don't make a decision of job opportunities talking about working at the warehouse. Those are not really job opportunities. They are there everywhere.
Sure. Yeah. One layer or the other is asking, akifika kwa apartment, can one rent a stand-alone house straight from the host? You can answer that.
Can one person
can you rent a stand-alone house straight from the host?
You can. Is your man is in the end, it's just arrangement. there is no problem. But
if you can afford.
In the end is, let's say you're coming as a single. Don't just jump to go and rent the full house. When we say 1 bedroom, we mean it's just a room. It's just you are alone. Because when you, in Africa, when you talk about the homes, in Africa it's a little bit different from here. Standing alone, that means no one is bothering myself. But here, when you have no one is bothering yourself, if we say 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, it's just you have a room, you have toilet, you have bathrooms, you have living room, you have kitchen. Nobody is going on your property. I mean, no one is going to your door, obviously. So don't rush to go and rent the full house as a house per se. You can go and rent 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, depending on the size of your family. But there are some of the states, yes, there are, it is the price. For instance, I'm giving an example. Here in Missouri, for instance, even in Texas, you can rent the full house. It's not more expensive like in California. For instance, California, 1 bedroom is $1,500 or $1,400. That is 1 bedroom. But in Texas or in Missouri, that is, you can rent the full house of 4 bedrooms for that price. So it depends which state you are and how much you have and the agreement we have with someone.
Yeah, and also your credit score.
Exactly. Okay, can you work in a hotel as a room attendant be a work experience? Again, it depends. What training do you have? That's number one. Someone working at a Sheraton as room attendant is different from someone working, God have mercy, guest house. You see the difference? Working at the Sheraton, the magnitude of it, the responsibilities of using different type of equipment is different as a room attendant than working in my family guest house or a small motel. Even here in America, each hotel is different. It's just like all our presidents, but the president, let's say, of a tiny country, of, let's say, of population of 1 million, Mauritius, yes, he's a president, but he's different from a president of China, who is a president of a population of 1.2 billion people. You see, like the magnitude is different. So I cannot say just by room attendant. It depends what training did you get, in-job training or the training prior to that. Did you go to school for that to become, because there are schools which are teaching hotel management, cleaning, all this. Did you go to get this training?
Okay, can you answer this guy here, Joseph Bulu? He's asking, does age really matter when it comes to work and living? For example, he's 21. Do I have a big percentage of surviving in US? He's 21 years. He's asking if he can.
To survive, you can survive. It doesn't matter your age. I mean, if you are very, very old, it's very difficult because most of the job here, especially when you are brand new, they might require more energy, or if it's standing longer time, whatever. 21, you are still very, very young. To survive, it is your attitude. Are you ready to go and work? You come here, maybe you're 21 years old with your bachelor degree. Are you okay to go and do cleaning and put your bachelor degree aside? Because in Tanzania, I cannot go and clean with my degree. With my master's, I cannot clean the toilets. But are you able to go to put your ego away and work? So if you have that mindset, you can be able to succeed here.
Yeah, so, you can make it.
Yeah. And again, don't settle for whatever job you have, because here the job, they can fire you at any time and you can quit at any time. The good thing is just improve yourself for the better opportunities coming up.
Yeah, and at 21, you are very young. You can start with these store jobs or warehouse jobs as you continue with your schooling. In 3 years' time, you get a good job and you are good to go.
Can a green card winner in America get to work in any field regardless of work experience? Mostly yes, but it depends. Like, are we talking about a really professional job or not a professional job? because most of the jobs, yes, you can get because they give you the quicker training and you just go and start working. For instance, let's say you come here, let's say you studied diploma or you have a degree in accounting, but you come here, you can go and work in another field, yes. But if you want, let's say, to become a CPA, obviously you have to be a CPA professional. But you can go and change. The difference I can simply say is, for instance, in Tanzania or even in Kenya, you cannot become a medical doctor if you didn't study science in high school. I'm giving you an example. But here, you can come study those social science in your country and come here and study. You can decide to start becoming a doctor or engineer. So you can change any field you want, as long as, depending on the nature of the field, what training you need, or the field they can give you the training on site, and you can be able to continue from there. Okay. Oh, there are so many questions. We cannot finish. And we have an hour and a half already done. Can someone live in America without using credit card? Yes, but your life will be very, very difficult. Because you'll never be able to buy a house. You'll never be able to buy a car through a loan. You have to use your cash. It's okay, you can do that. But and the credit card is not. It's just get it even if you. For instance, at the moment for me, I don't use the credit card per se. I have a card which is just like 500. I'm just paying because for me I have so many bills, like paying the mortgage, paying this one. So all those act as a credit, building my credit score, because credit score is not built by credit card alone. There are other bills. If you don't pay for your electricity and they report you, you are in trouble. Your credit goes down.
Yeah. Yeah, another person here is asking, after you land in America, how long will it take before you are allowed to start working? Jose Joki Imwengojiri.
That question. Do you want to answer that one? Or should I go? For you, you already said you started working right after like a week 2.
Yeah, once you get your social security card, you're good to start working.
Yeah, if you come as a green card holder, you can start applying a job from day 1, but you cannot start until you get to the social.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you come as a student, there are different processes. If you whatever, but if you come as a green card holder, Daniel Bennett Mensa, can you please explain on the tax information? I mean, that kind of taxes do you pay at the end of the month? So on taxes, you pay in US, you don't pay on monthly basis, mostly like in every 2 weeks. So on the paycheck, so each paycheck, there are certain deductions, just like any other country. There is what we call income tax, which is a normal. So there is a federal tax and there is a state tax. So that's number 1. Few states, they don't have the state one, but you have to pay the tax. That's number 1. Income tax. Then there is social security. And then there is then you have to pay for the medical. So it's a normal deduction. The only deduction they are almost paying you deduct from where you live. They are here the same. But the difference is here the taxes, there is a federal and there is local or just the state tax. And some of the cities, they have a local specific city tax of that nature. There is social security. There is, yeah. So those are the bigger taxes you can get. So it can go up to 30% sometimes, depending on what your deductions are.
Yeah. One Lona Moreidi is asking, to get into school, will KCSE certificate be important in cases where maybe someone didn't highly perform in sciences, but they go there and want to do nursing? Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
You can answer her.
Yeah, so as I was talking about here, first of all, college, you don't go to first year of school and say, I'm studying to become a nurse. I'm studying to become a political science. That is in your mind. Here, degree is 4 years. With the 4 years degree, the first 2 years, you are studying everything. Yes, you can take more courses on your area you want, like business. You can take more courses from the business, but you must take the course of mathematics. You will take the course of the basic English. You will take all. Everybody has to take those courses, and then when you go to the third year, you specialize. You go to your major. Like I'm doing maybe nursing, so you go do all the nursing classes. But no, you are not like in. For instance, when I studied political science in my bachelor degree in Tanzania, from day one, political science, all my courses, and a few courses of other subjects. But here, you will do mathematics, you will do natural science, social science, psychology. You take all the courses because you are still, according to American life, you are still very young to make that bigger decision of your life. So experience college. And then make a decision after talking to a career counselor. So that's why you can come here, even if you studied science, you study science. If you want to become a nurse, get it from first year, all those courses, get good grades and choose where you want to go. You can go and study whatever you want. Whether it's nursing, you want to become a medical doctor, whether you want to go to accounting. It doesn't matter what did you study in primary school, secondary school, or what did you study in KCSE. No, they don't care about that. Those are the requirement they will use. The KCSE is just to get admitted to bachelor degree or to get admission to community college. It's not to get admission to community college, political science. No, it's just to get admission to go to the college. Once you go there, you are roaming around and choose down the road.
Yeah. One must see. She's asking, please, Shiko, advice on how hard or easy it was to enroll your children in school. We arrived here on Friday afternoon. So we spent the weekend. On Monday, we took our kids for immunizations. And on Tuesday, they were in school. So it was as easy as that. We could not keep them home, and we could not wait for Social Security to enroll them. That one, they don't wait for social. They can join immediately. You are right here. It is not a hard process to enroll kids in schools. I hope I have answered you.
Yeah, and it's free.
And it's free. We don't pay anything. We said that before when we started this live stream. We said schools here, primary, high school, free. Great blessing. She's asking, do people with disabilities have a chance to work or win DV lottery? You can answer her.
Yes. Most of disability here, you can be able to work because, first of all, every building must have accessibility to people with disability. Every public bus, it has to have accessibility to the people with disability. Even if you are in the bike, whatever, there is it has go down. So all the accessibility, they are there. That's number one. And two, you'll never be discriminated to be denied the job because of that. But yourself, you have to look like what type of disability you have and are you able to do. They're not going to favor you. I'm giving an example. Let's say if I know for sure my disability, I cannot be able to carry heavy stuff. I don't apply for that one. So you can apply for the job which you know you can be able to do, and they are going to be able to accommodate and be able to do the job. But they are not going to deny you the job or access to certain particular opportunities for that. Even if you have disability, you cannot able to type whatever. That's why any job, especially I'm giving the government one. There is people like people with disability. You can call, and someone can be able from that office to help you to accomplish that application if your disability is hindering you to complete a certain type of application.
Yeah. Let's answer this. Jackie M. is asking, have you ever faced discrimination? You can tell us. You have been here for a longer period. Have you ever faced discrimination or racism?
Usually my answer is different. Some people yeah. So, yeah, I found it. So for me, my answer might be different, and I don't want to look like I'm insensitive to others. Number one, we are in the world now. People even things which are not discriminatory, they play a race card. I want to send it that way. And I want to explain this one so that you can understand. I know racism is there, people are discriminated, but not everything is racism. That's people who have to be clear on that. And secondly, any person can be a racist. Racism or racist person is not a white person discriminating black person. Black person can discriminate white, black person can discriminate black person can discriminate Indian, black person can discriminate any person. The problem which is the media, because of looking for narratives, politics, but also the media in order to look into ratings, anything happen to a black is become a big show so that it looks like it's a bad thing. But if a black person is doing the same thing, those networks, they don't do that. They don't announce or they don't say at all in the TV. So that is what overall we have to understand. Me as me, I've never been discriminated because you cannot discriminate me. What are you going to tell me? What are you going to tell me? So offensive, I've never been told by a fellow black person.
Sure.
Your parents told you, get out, nyani wewe, kenge. They told you as those kind of words. You go to approach a girl in Africa, is spitting down, you are making me even vomit. They say that way. But if a white person says that word, oh, he's racist. Like, if a white person, let's say, for instance, my wife is white. If you take a white person to Africa, you want to marry, and your parents, they say, we don't want to marry a white person. You say, oh, my parents are people from the village, they do not know. But if the family of the white person, they say no, oh, they are racist. So both parents, they refused you. When they refuse, the other side is not racist. But that's the problem I'm having. Let me give you a clear example. Let's use the clear case of Prince Harry, whatever, and Meghan. We know for sure there are things I understand might be discriminatory. I understand. But there are things I don't agree with them. For instance, whether the parents or the people from the royal house to ask what the child will look like, will be more white like Harry or more darkish like the other person. And you say that is racist? Even myself, I'm black, my wife is white. I was curious myself, and even will be more black or white. That's normal. Even your black people and your black with the child look like more as a father or as a mother.
Sure.
Why is that racist? That's what the problem I'm having. But the media, when Oprah or anybody, they want to say, oh, this is bad. You cannot ask that question. No. Myself, I'm asking the question. Myself. I ask myself, even now I have a question in my mind. Will my child marry a black or white? Will the child look like... It's not racist. Those are normal. Let's be normal people. So the problem, that is the problem we are having now. It's easier to change a narrative and play a race card. So there are so many things which are not racist, but we put them to look like racist. And in the end, it's not helping black people. It's hurting black people.
Sure.
Why? Because you don't engage in conversation. You lose opportunity. Let me give an example. There is a commercial, like there is syrup, it's called Aunt Jemima. Very famous. The woman on that Aunt Jemima is a black woman. And was not a slave, was a first billionaire black woman, just like Oprah, first on Aunt Jemima. I'm giving you an example. And because of the black movement, this BLM, Black Lives Matter, they forced Aunt Jemima to be removed from there. And you remove Aunt Jemima, okay, what are you going to do? They're going to replace it with a white person, so more opportunity for white. So, Aunt Jemima, you see, this is the problem I'm having. So anything, why don't you boycott Jordan? Like anything, we are hurting more black people by unnecessary things in the... Yes, I agree racism is there. Let's go to the actual things which are racist. But there are things which are not. When there are so many, let's say I'm giving an example, in the cabinet, if there are so many white, oh, this is the problem. But do they qualify? Myself, I'm not going to live in the black neighborhood. I'm not going to live in the hood. Am I racist? No. I'm not going to go myself be killed or expose my family to the drugs. So this is the problem. So let's go to find the things. Black people are also very racist.
Sure.
White
Yeah.
people are racist. Asian are racist. So I agree Megan was discriminated, but what I'm trying to explain, I know someone is questioning here. Paul is saying, EBM yours was different with your white wife. I agree. I have no problem. But what I'm trying to explain, my point, I didn't say Megan was not discriminated. You see the problem? Like, this is the problem. Because we have heard on one side. And the media forced to say that is racist. But what I'm saying, for me, because I'm in that category of having a woman of another race, the question of whether the child will look like a father or a mother, that is not a racist question. It might look like how you ask, I don't want my child to look like a black. That is a different story. But to be a curiosity to know, will the child, because they say, they were questioning whether the child will look like this or this way. That is not racist. I disagree 100%. But the media, how you play it, let me give you an example. Black people are killed on the TV. We have seen so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that any video or any news have showed white people have been killed? No. But go to look at the statistics. How many white have been killed by the police? 3 times more than the black people. But no media will ever show white people are killed. So let's get out. Yes, black life matters. Also, the white life matter. Asian life matter. This is the problem I'm having. Like, usually when one item happens, for me, I'm against racism of all forms. Who is doing? I don't care. I traveled to Kenya, I've traveled to Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, I'm at the airport more than 3 times. I've never been served the food. All white are served the food. And you don't tell me that they are not racist. They're racist. But for you, you say, oh, you know, when we are African, we think this one. No, you think they're better than me. I'm in the restaurant, you don't serve me, you serve you serve white people. But we are black people doing that to a black person. That is racism. But we cannot say we are racist because of narrative that a white should be racist. In Tanzania or in many African countries, they are killing people with albinism. That is racism.
Yeah.
And there's a restriction in that. But people, they will disagree that, oh, no, that isn't racism because we are black people doing. Let's call racism is racism. A bad thing is a bad thing. Is a bad.
Because, and many people fear coming here because they ask me, how are your kids treated in school? Is there racism at school? And I'm like, there is very strong and strict rule. No bullying, no discrimination at school whatsoever. That is non-issue about racism at school. Because you ask your kids from school, when they come from school, how was school today? Did anybody hate you or what? And my kids, they are like, oh, you know what? My classmates, they like my hair. They say my hair is good. It can be braided. It looks good. You see? So they appreciate. They appreciate and they like them. Okay. So there is nothing to fear about racism. And that is an issue. At school, no discrimination, no nothing. So nothing to fear.
And another thing I want to add, Penny is making a point that royal does not want black royal. It's English protocol. It's not about black. Let's go to the reality. These countries are superpowers. Do you think Kenya will accept a Ugandan born to be a wife of Kenyatta? Let's go there. Let's go there. This is a royal family. A royal family, you don't marry just from random street. You marry someone, maybe a daughter of a general, daughter of so-and-so minister, a certain bloodline. And you go from bloodline. First of all, even if Meghan was British, but from a street, could be treated the same way because was not from a royal family, was not from a rich neighborhood. Do you understand me? That's number one. First of all, this is a heavyweight family. Do you think the daughter of Obama will go and marry someone from the street? So that's number one. And two, this is English. Is this woman not a CIA? Is from America coming to the royal? So let's figure out all those kind of things. It's not about, as a parent, you have to be questioned. My daughter or my son, if my daughter and my son, they are going to marry someone who is not in America, deep down I'll be having some question. Is this person not marrying my daughter because of a green card? I'll have those doubts. Did Meghan marry Harry just because they love each other or because he's a royal? Those are genuine questions. Let's pretend we are parents. Let's not pretend that I'm the powerful person in England, and just an American. What if he's the CIA? You have to think all those kind of questions. These are heavy government of a government. You can bring someone in the house and take over. They can take the secret and put into this. So all those kind of things they might have. We do not know whether it's undercover agent. So I understand you want to be treated okay. And you'll never be treated okay. You'll never be treated like Kate. Kate was born as the daughter of the general somebody. Just like watch even Coming to America movie, part 1. The woman was prepared to get married to the royal. Was raised that. So there are people who have been raised in Britain from the bloodline to be that way, to come to that particular family. It's not just like Chelsea Clinton is going to get married to someone from Kigoma, Tanzania. No, it doesn't work that way. Yes, I understand it'll be those kind of things. You are outsider. You are from another country. It's just like me. I'm from Tanzania. No matter how I tend to like America, I want to be American, whatever I become, still, I'm not 100% American. No matter what you'll not be treated the same. Was not 100%. Obama, yes, is black. Obama is not black. Obama was one family was white, one family was black, was raised in a white family. So Obama will never get the same treatment like a full black person. Will never get the full treatment as a full white person. So why do you want to be treated like same as Kate, who was born into the royal family? It's not the same. You cannot compare the two. I understand all those kind of things are going to be similar. Is not the same. This is the life. When you move to another country, you will never have the same right with that particular person, no matter how I want to be American, no matter how I change my language, speak yo like never. I will never be 100%.
Yeah, and I was to ask you that question. Why don't you twang like, guys? I live in Missouri. Because someone asked me, Shiko, why is your accent still the same? You don't twang,
Yeah, exactly. Paul is saying Obama is black and is such. Exactly, like this is. This is the world we are in is very, very complicated. So for me, I understand the racism is there. There are certain things someone can say, okay, don't get into my store because you are racist. There is one guy. He applied many jobs, and it was shown on the TV, and it was not called for the interview. His name is Jose, maybe, and the last name, and Jose is a Spanish name or Mexican name. So he changed his name to put Joe because his name is Joseph. So he changed his name is Joe. He applied again to the same companies. He was called for the interview. Right?
What?
Let's go to Kenya. You apply for jobs, and your name is Kamau, and I'm not Kamau. I'm from another Odinga land, Kisumu. So sometimes like this is prejudice. We have it on our names. So yes, people can have preconceived idea. Oh, this guy is Mexican. This guy is black. That's why on the resume you're not allowed to put your photos. You are not supposed to put it this one because it is easier for me. If I see your name, let's say I'm doing the interview, and I see your name. Maybe Joe Kamau. I know you're not really American, you are Kenyan. This guy is my African buddy. Let me invite this guy to the interview. I'll be excited to have African in the organization, you see? But this is how the world is. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So personally, for me, I haven't been able to be discriminated because I refuse to be discriminated because I know black you have been discriminatory. I know white are discriminatory. That's why I put myself in a position. You cannot go to a neighborhood, someone called you, anywhere. No one is going to do that in a normal way. Unless, I don't know, some people experience it different. But to the extent of, but it is easier to look into smaller thing. Like, for instance, like you are walking in the neighborhood, you say, why everybody is looking at me? Why everybody is this way? It's easier to, because you have so many things in your head to think that if someone is done 1, 2, 3 is discriminatory, you are putting yourself into unnecessary stress. I live in a state where 96% are white. You go to an event of 400 people, you are only black. So everybody's looking at you. So you have the choice to do, to think that you are minor or to think that you are a superstar.
Sure, you are a superstar.
I'm a superstar. I can get anything I want because I'm a superstar. Everybody's looking at me. I'm the only one individual. But if you decided to go there, you know, everybody's looking at me. That's up to you. So that is, I mean, in the end, it's a very tiny line.
One Dokindungu is asking, hey Shiko and EBM, how old does a child need to be to join school?
Okay,
you got the here, so you can answer her.
Yeah, so at the age of, first of all, like going to the first grade of school is kindergarten. That is the first grade of school. So at that first grade of school, like not grade 1, like the first mandatory age to go to school is 5 years old. So at the age of 5, a child must be enrolled in kindergarten. But it depends on the state, like what is the birthday. There are some of the state, if you are 5 on September, you cannot join. You have to go into the other year. So you have to be 5, depending on each state, they have different regulations. That's number 1. So when you plan to have a child, look at the month, make sure the child maybe is going to be at the age of 5 before the August. So that's number 1. There are certain states they have, or cities, they have preschool, which is part of the government. So that one, you, at the age of 4, can go to school. But that is just, they go there. It's not counted as towards, it's not kindergarten. But most of the preschool are private, which is kind of like a daycare. So preschool, kind of kindergarten, kind of that. So basically the age of school is 5, you go to school, then kindergarten, then junior, high school, and middle school, whatever, all those kind of things into high school, and to continue. Private school here are mostly for religious reasons, not because they are better, like in our countries where private school, they teach better, they're better. Here's because private school, because you can say Jesus, you can say whatever. So almost see Methodists, they have their own grade school, primary school, whatever. Catholic, they have their own, because of giving the values of religion. And the school fees can be between 5,000 to 10,000 per year. So depending, but majority of people, they take it to private school and public school. In the public school, you don't wear uniform. Very few public schools, they can wear uniform. Majority of public school, they don't wear uniform.
One more thing.
Continue. Emmanuel Blackman, please, I have a sister who has applied for the lottery. She's working in Jordan as a house help. In case she wins, can she use the house help as a working experience? The answer is yes and no. You can use that one, but again, it depends. What experience did you have as house help? Work experience, or did you go to school? Because you can go and train for that. And again, depends on the responsibility. You can be working in the house, how the extensive it is, because they wanted 2 years of the past 5 years. So has she been doing 5 years, just the same job? That again, it remains to the hands of the consular. That's why I usually tell people, find also other jobs, even for free. Do you volunteer for EBM? Volunteer, whatever. Just do other things, just apart from the job, you get actual money. Because you are not, they're not going to look just one experience. Let's say for me, I work as director of organization. I write books, that is another work experience. I do YouTube, that is another work experience. Let's say I do something else. So you can have different work experience all added. And then the consular will choose which one they will be able to use. But don't just go with just only one work experience. find also work experience which can be able to help you to support you. Remember to subscribe to Shiko. Eugene is saying that way. So, and I want to make sure that people are remembering to subscribe, not just having the good discussion, but subscribing is the best way to support our friend for the time and the content she has been doing every time. Yeah.
Go there, go to my YouTube channel, Shiko Hope Official, subscribe there.
And and also it is here on the comment. I post right now on the comment. If you click there,
yeah, it will lead you to my channel.
Okay, someone is asking, what does it mean to file for tax return? So to file for tax return, so basically, when you get any job, they'll give you a form to file. That form, it tells you if you have dependents. You are married, you one, and you yourself one. You have 3 kids, so always like you have 5, you have 4 dependents. So that one will be able to determine how much they can take from the tax. So they take the tax. Then at the end of the year, which in December, so when January starts, you are going to file the tax. You file the tax to show how much the government deducted the tax, the federal and the state. And then there are other factors they're going to consider there. How much have you contributed to the charity? I'm giving an example. Then they're going to look how many kids do you have, because the government, you get tax credit. So the more kids you have, the more money you get. That's the advantage. Okay. So currently the tax credit is 2,000, is going to exceed to be 3,000 tax credit. Then you're going to do that. So then they are going to say, okay, because of this one, maybe you paid higher than. So the government is returning you the tax. Or let's say if you are single, you might end up paying more back to the government. If you have children, because of the tax credit, they return back the money. So let's say currently, if you have 3 kids, that is average 6,000, because it's 2,000 per child. So kind of that. So that will be able to determine. And not filing the tax return is illegal. There is a minimum amount if you don't have, but if you don't file because of hiding, they'll get you'll be in so much trouble. So that's why it's called the tax return. Is filing the tax, but in the end they return a certain amount to you. So not all the time it's called tax return, because yes, they return the amount to you if you qualify to get extra money back. Majority of people, they get money back.
Yeah, if you have kids, if you have many kids like me.
And the good news is this one. So now they're going to do this way. Usually the tax return we file, next year. So from now on, it will be the accumulation from January to June. We will be getting paid on a monthly basis from July to December.
Yes, and you're starting this July, I think.
Yes. So for instance, let's say you have 3 kids. So let's say the kids are above 5, I'm giving example. If they are below 5, it's more 3,600, whatever. So let's say it's just 3,000. You have 3 kids. So basically that is 9,000, right? Let me put
900,000 Kenyan shillings.
No, yeah. 9,000 per month, US dollar. You see? So this one times 6. No. So no, so it's not.
It's 3,000 times 3, yeah. 9,000.
A lot of money. 9,000 per. So you're supposed to, that amount of money, they're going to divide it, then they'll give you in the 6th month, and the rest of the 6th month you'll be getting for the next tax return.
Yeah, a lump sum.
Yeah. So which will be a good thing. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. So that means you can have more kids.
Come here with your already born kids and get one for America.
You see? Yeah.
Okay, another what Miriam is saying, hey Shiko and EBM, about pregnancy and medicals, is it mandatory to test X-ray as part of TB? Yeah, let me answer her.
Okay.
When we go for the medicals, for women, we are asked, are you pregnant, or do you think you are pregnant? You have to sign there. If you say you think you are pregnant, or you know that for sure you are pregnant, they will not do the chest X-ray. They will not do when you are pregnant. They can.
Yeah, so the TB, basically, they do a X-ray in most cases, like when you go there, they do the red X-ray because they want to finish all at once. But if you're pregnant, they don't do. But basically, if you go to the X-ray, I mean, you want to test the TB here in the US, no matter what, they go and put something here on your skin. They put it here. There is a certain liquid. It's just the injection they put here. And then when they put that injection on your skin here, then it has to stay, I don't know, 24 hours or whatever, 40 hours, whatever.
32 hours, I think.
What? 32 hours. A couple hours, but you have to go the next day or the day after. Then, if it's going to be a big bump, that means you have shown certain kind of symptoms, so that they'll go to do the chest.
Yeah, and for us,
because if it's clear, they don't need to say you don't have.
Yeah,
but
and for us in Kenya,
continue.
Yeah, in Kenya, because we normally get the TB immunization at birth.
Yes, that's
most
what
of the time. Yeah, it turns positive.
Yes,
so you
that's what I want to tell people, like, because we are African and we get TB vaccination, it will be reactive. So to be sure, they do the X-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the funny part is this. So I've done, even in the military, usually I've done that way. So one time, there is a woman, I was going to do a test for one job. So she did this one. And when I went there, she forgot which hand, and I'm black. So I gave the other hand, and you are good.
You're so lucky.
Because I didn't want to go another day to do the
test. Yeah.
I don't have, like, yeah, so okay, so what if I have a degree in ICT, but my work experience is home business, branding, animals, animal breeding, animals, or it's not formal? Will I be affected? If you have a degree, you already have a degree, you're above minimum, so you don't need to worry. And they don't say that you must have a work. I didn't study to become a YouTuber. I'm giving example, it's a work experience. So don't get confused, like you must get a job exactly from what you studied for. You have a degree. Minimum experience, minimum education is high school. You have a degree. Even if you haven't done a job even a single day, you're already qualified. So don't worry. Okay. Please, is it true that the US government takes care of your children till they're 18 years old? No. You are responsible. But what they say, let's say, don't come here with the mindset of Africans, because African men sometimes are too much. African men, they impregnate a woman, assuming, oh, the child will come to me after 18 years, whatever will follow the father. If you have a child with any woman, the woman will go and request the child support if you are not supporting that child, if you are not married, whatever. So for that case, you are responsible to pay for child support until the child is 18. If you are not, yes, the government will catch you, put you in jail. So not that the government is taking care of the child. No, you are paying for the child support. The government is making sure you take care of your responsibility. That's number one.
And to add on that, maybe he was asking about the child tax refund, child tax credit. Yeah, I think that's what he meant.
Okay, if we are talking about the even the kids, so there is those kind of things,
until 18 now the child can file for himself.
Being a doctor is a good work experience? Yes, it is.
Obvious. We all need to be doctors and those money, that money.
How long does it take for a green card lottery winner in the US to have a chance to bring someone there? To bring someone under what conditions?
Like who?
Yeah. It's just you are going to say to bring someone, you mean to bring like your girlfriend, or to mean to bring like your brother to visit you? Because from day one, you can invite someone to visit you. There is no problem. Yeah. But not to bring someone to be given a green card. That is a different story. Yeah. And even to bring someone to apply for someone, which you call to sponsor someone, there are regulations who that's supposed to be. That's why I usually tell people, if you win a green card and you are not married, you want to bring someone down the road, this is to marry someone. Get married before you go to fill the DS-260. Because if you get the green card, you come here alone, and down the road, oh, so now I can marry you. That marriage will be in so much trouble to bring that person here.
Yeah, and it may take time.
Because he's a green card holder marrying another person, that person is not higher priority because you are not an American citizen.
Sure.
Can I come when I'm pregnant after selection and interview all together? I can add my husband on my DS-260 with only traditional certificate without a mosque certificate. You want to answer that one or no?
Yeah, I can try and answer her.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come when you are pregnant. You can't be denied a visa if you are pregnant or not. You can just come. And adding your husband on DS-260, you can add him, but you need to look for the marriage certificate, the government issued one, not just the traditional. You need the government issued. The consular will not take the traditional marriage certificate. The consular will look for the government marriage certificate. So make a point and get the government one. Marriage certificate is a requirement to prove that you are married. This is your husband, and the government knows that.
Okay. Vicky has clarified. How long does it take to a green card winner to live in the United States to bring someone? And he's mean that, like a friend to stay. You don't bring a friend to stay. You bring a friend to visit you. And it doesn't mean that because you are a green card holder, the US government will feel sorry. Oh, this is a green card holder is inviting a friend. In the end, it is just a visiting visa. The person who you are inviting to come to America, you will invite a person to America just like any other tourist, any other visitor. You have to say why the person is coming here. To do what? To visit you. They can say that over the phone. What event brings them to say to come here? That's number one. Two, you will send the invitation letter. Invitation letter is just a friendly letter. The weight of that letter is very, very zero. Has nothing.
They don't even look at it.
They wanted to prove that person who is coming here, to prove to the US Embassy that I'm going to visit my friend in America. Whether it's a green card holder, whether you're a US citizen, they don't care. But I'll never be illegal in America. I'll come back. So to prove that I'll come back, show what are the things will force you to come back to your home country. Like, what job do you have? What business do you have? What assets do you have? Not I like my country, I'm very patriotic. I just drank the water from the national flag. They don't hear about words. They want to prove, currently I'm a bank manager and I'm going on leave. I have this kind of farm, I have this property. I have to take care of these kind of things. So those are the things which will convince them you'll be going back to your home country. It's not about you here in the United States because you're a green card or you are a US citizen. Just if you invite someone, they will be able to give the person a visa. Your invitation is just nothing. It's just like a very, very 0.01% maybe to add a weight. But the burden is to that particular person to say that I'm going there, I'm very stable, I will go back to my home country. I don't like America that much. I have so much important things to do in my own country. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have another question from your side?
Okay, there are so many questions. Oh man. Are you limited to work 8 hours per day if you are working on one job? If you are working in one company, overall, you are supposed to work 40 hours per week. If you exceed 40 hours per week, that is overtime. And let's say if you are working maybe $10 per hour, if you work overtime, you are getting paid per hour. It will be $15 per hour. Each hour added, you get the exact amount per hour and the half of that the other one. So that's why we usually say $8 hours per day, because if you're working 5 days a week. But there are some people like you can work three days a week. 40 hours is up to, depending on the nature of the job. But if you exceed 40 hours, that is overtime. There are companies encourage people to work overtime. There are companies, they don't want people to work overtime because they don't want to pay more. So if you want to work more, you have another job. There are so many people with 2 jobs or 3 jobs.
Yeah.
How about bringing your spouse? How long will it take for the DV card holder? Again, if you have won the DV lottery, I encourage you, process everything, come with the spouse, because that is the only chance you have, both of you, to be given the green card at the same time on the same day. If you come alone here, to bring your spouse, minimum 3 to 5 years will take.
Yeah.
So, up to you.
One Mercy is asking, can someone asked about documents required from the host in DS260. Is it only the address or even their bank statements or financial status? And will they be willing to share such information?
Basically, on the DS260 is just the address. That's number one. They want, where do you live in the US? They don't say, who do you live? So on the DS260, if you want to put the name, I will be living on this address, Ernest Makulilo, Belton, Missouri, whatever, it's okay. But they want the address. They want just, this is the address. So
yeah,
on the DS260, they don't care. They want the address. Whether it's the apartment you rent, whether it's someone you are a friend, they don't care. The embassy can ask just to know that you have a really person you are going there. They can ask you, who is that friend? Is a nice person, whatever. But as long as you have the address, there is no problem on that. Someone is asking related to that. Can a motel addresses work for the DS260? No. It's not a good idea. Why? So if you're going to stay there for 2 days, and then what room number is that? And what if the green card is sent there? What if your social security number is sent there? So don't use a motel. That's why it's better if you completely don't have any person completely. Just ask a person like me. I'm giving you, can I use your address, but I'm not coming to stay at you. So you never come to my house, but you can use my address. If they send the actual card, I can have, but if you put it in the motel, it will go there, it's a junk, they can throw away. Or it's the social security, someone can use the social security with your name and impersonate you and do bad stuff with your social.
Sure.
So make sure that you use the correct. I've worked for the past 5 years. I don't work now. Will this affect me? No. They say 2 years of work experience in the previous five years.
Yeah, that's 5 years.
Please, sir, certificate level in Tanzania is a diploma. In the United States, I don't understand your question. Please, sir, is certificate level in Tanzania is a diploma in the United States? First of all, in the United States, we don't have a level called diploma. No. Let me give this way. Education, primary school or grade school, high school. Finishing high school, you go to community college or you go to 4-year college. If you go to community college, 2 years, you get what you call associate degree. If you transfer, you finish degree, is called the bachelor degree. Again, the word diploma in American English, diploma means is a certificate, cheti. Let me give you an example. When you finish in secondary school, you get like this one. This is certificate. So this is in American English. We don't say the word certificate. We say diploma. So when you say I have a diploma, diploma is the certificate of accomplishing. If you completed the bachelor degree, that one is a diploma. If you finish high school, that is, you have been awarded the bachelor degree, you have been awarded high school, that is it's a diploma. So in American English, when you say diploma, means this certificate, cheti in Swahili language. We don't have a diploma as education level. We have associate degree, which is 2 years of college, or for a bachelor degree, but you don't finish bachelor. That is how it is. Because usually American English is very confusing sometimes. When they say diploma or whatever, there is this question for you. No, just please. I have a sister. I've already answered that one. Okay. We're about to finish. We have been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, we can go to. We can do for next 10 minutes also.
Okay. Talk about is starting all over again, psychological. How do you prepare for that? Prepare for what, like interview or something? I don't know. What does that mean?
I think she's asking, preparing psychologically to move from your African country to America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me say this. Once you come here, once you start processing now your documents and everything, your mind, you start preparing psychologically. Because I'm moving from my country, I'm going to America. What am I going to get there? So you start preparing yourself. And even the kids, if you have any, you start telling them, you are going to another country, no friends there, you don't know anybody, but we are going to be better than we are here. So psychologically, yes. And also it depends with your host, how they will treat you and your family. Because they need to give you a warm welcome and to tell you, you'll make it here. Don't worry, everything will fall in place. It's just a matter of time and you'll be thriving in this country. They will have to assure you that all will be well. All will be well. Yeah, that's what I can say about that.
Yeah, that is a very good. That is a very good, and especially when you have children, you have to also to put your children on board. It's different from me when I was in America. I was having just a bag. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have anything. My entire life was in the bag. I'm going to America. Goodbye, everybody. Psychologically for me, since I was in 5th grade, I prepared in my mindset, I will live in America. I'm not going to live in any other country. So for me, I was ready. The days were not. The day they gave me the visa, I said, I take the visa, put in the bag. I was at the university. I was saying that I didn't want to get into any public transportation. They can cause accident before I go to America. I didn't trust anything. I didn't trust anybody.
Sure.
I worked so hard to. Yes, but to be honest, like you made a very good point when you talk about when you have the host. What is going to assure you will help you a lot, because you don't have many people. Yes, we talk nowadays. You have these YouTube people talk about, oh, America is this and this and this is possible, which is good. But those are people we are talking on the screen. It's different from your host to say, when you come here, don't worry, we are here for you. We'll be able to make sure that everything will be possible. We have been able to manage it. Yes, it's tough, but so once you have, that's why like the host will be able to help you, to guide you in a proper way.
Sure. Yeah, a host is a very important person. Yeah.
Time with Mabel. I have finished my nursing school and I have a diploma in midwifery in Ghana, but I've not started working. What happens if I win the lottery? You qualify with your work experience, education. So don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking of hosts, which other way can one look for a host apart from Facebook? Number one, on Facebook, you can go, and I made the video. Go to Facebook. You can find, you are from Ghana, the Ghana diaspora or Ghana groups in Minnesota, or Ghana associations, or you're from Tanzania or Kenyan. There are Kenyan associations in Facebook. Go there. I have won the DV lottery. Is there any person willing to help me? That's number one. Two, you know me, you know her. Do you know anybody? Just ask. There is nothing. The worst part will be, I do not know. You are, for instance, you are Methodist church. Find a Methodist church in different cities. Write to the pastor. Pastor will announce to the church. There are others ways. You are Muslim. There are so many mosques. Just write to the imam, to the sheikh, and ask. The worst thing, no, they don't beat you. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't say that you will not apply because you don't know anybody in America who can host you. You take that step of faith. Apply, win fast.
And the other thing is, and if someone if you have won the DV lottery, you have done the biggest thing. So to get as host, yes, it can take a week or 2 weeks, a month, but you'll get it. So don't worry about what if I don't have the words. You'll get someone. Just pray to God. On May 8th, you are the winner. That's what you need to do.
Yes. After that, the rest will fall in place.
Yeah. Will it be possible to change my student visa to work visa while I'm still studying? That is difficult. Why is it difficult? To get a work visa, a company must hire you and ask for the work visa. It depends. So if you're studying bachelor degree, a company cannot hire you bachelor degree unless either you are so much exceptional. That's why people have to finish first to work, to study. And if you're an international student, you are given a work visa, which you call OPT, 1 year. So once you go to the professional company to work as a full-time, the company might be interested to ask you for the work visa. But just from nowhere, you are just a student and the company is going to hire you. I don't know what company will be able to do that. Because remember, as a student, where have they seen you working? If you're a student, you're supposed to work on campus 20 hours per week. So that is a challenge. But if you finish your bachelor degree or your master's, you are given the OPT, optional practical training, full 1 year to work. Okay, we have to answer this question quickly. Oh, I'm security guard. Must I need working attestation from my security company before being approved? If you win and you say I've worked in any place and you don't have any education, you have to have a proof from that company, work contract, a letter from the supervisor, all those kind of things. It's just like you say, I have a degree, I have high school. Shiko explained when the husband say, I went to college, prove to us you went to college. So if you say, I've worked in this company for 5 years, it's not about your word. Give us the proof. This is the official letter from the manager. This is the work contract. Okay, we cannot finish all these questions, people. Man, thank you first of all for all these questions.
Yeah, and let me remind you guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. My YouTube channel is Shiko Hope Official. Go there, subscribe. I have done so many videos from application of green card, processing and everything until where I am now. Okay, American experience, the first days, the culture shock, all those videos are there. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and let's interact there. Thank you, guys.
SO TV, I applied for the DV in Ghana, but now I'm in Ukraine. Can I steal the process while you are there? Yes. What you need to do, you fill the DS2 visa, DS260. Where you are going to do the interview, you put the Kiev, whatever is the Ukraine embassy where it is. So you process there as you're in Ukraine. Someone is asking a question about grade, which is a very good question. Okay, just one question first. Please, do the consular officer consider grades on your high school diploma, or they want to know you have actually completed high school? The condition is high school education. Condition is not A in mathematics or B in social science. Because if they wanted grades, that means they could say, we want a bachelor degree. What if you have A or C, what does that mean? It means nothing. They want high school. If they want grades, they could say you want a bachelor degree. That if they start specifying grades, that means it's becoming a merit-based immigration, not a random. Do doctors' experience have to be paid experience, or hospital training experience is okay? Work experience, paid, unpaid, is work experience. Because if you say it must be paid, you can say how much you get paid. No. You work experience. Whether you go as Doctors Without Boundaries and you do for free, whether you go then get millions of dollars, they don't care. In the end, you're a doctor, you worked, you treated patients. Prove to them you worked. Not to prove you got paid.
Yes, and a doctor, you must have been to a high school, so you qualify with education, not just work experience.
I've already answered about the grade, whatever, those one. How can I apply to study visa from Kenya? You don't apply a study visa. You apply first of all to education, school in America. You get admission. Then you prove that you can be able to pay for school fees and the cost of living in that particular area. Then you get I-20 from the school. Then you're going to apply for the visa. You don't show up, I want to study visa. No, you have to get a school first.
Yeah. One Mercy Asubwa is saying most of the immigrants I know, or even friends, are medics. What the percentage of immigrants thriving in other fields of profession? Mercy Asubwa, can you answer her?
Most of the immigrants I know, or friends, relatives, most are medics. What are the percentage of immigrants thriving in other fields? That is a very good question, because people are going to medical, and especially nursing to be particular, because it pays a lot and it has a guaranteed job in any state. But it depends. Do you have the vocation of working those ones? Myself, I know those professions they are doing well. But myself, even to take the liquid, those want to put on my eyes, like you have to take, like, I mean, I cannot put my own. It's a very big, so for me, I cannot become, no matter how much it pays. I don't have that vocation. So I didn't start that one. I remember one time, there is one hospital, so I knew the manager we go to the same church, whatever. I was looking for job, whatever, say, but we can go, I can take you. There is one course you have to go to study for 2 weeks. It's called the phlebotomist, whatever. The job is just to take the blood from some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they say it's a guarantee. You finish there, you come to work here, $25 per hour.
Wow.
But I cannot, like, for me, medical, like, no, I cannot be poking people and get blood. So you see, like, first of all, there are those kind of, so if those ones, they have guaranteed most of the jobs. But I didn't study that one. I studied political science, my bachelor degree, and I studied the peace and justice. And now I'm a director in a non-profit organization. Yes, I make money. I can make over $65,000 per year. But you might find with my master's, I might get less or same with someone, let's say, with IT degree, or someone with the who is a nurse, or nurse can make more money than me. If the nurse decide to have more hours, can make 100,000 easily. So you can make your life even in none in other professions. You can do that. But medical profession and IT related science, like engineering, they get is a high paying jobs. So it's up to you, which one do you prefer most? But don't just go to study there and you perform poorly because it's not of inside in your system.
It's not your passion.
Yeah, is it a passion? Because I said the field is just a passion too.
Yeah, and it is not that anybody comes here and gets to the medical field. Not everybody goes to the medical field. You can thrive in other areas. Even technical jobs, they are doing well. The plumbing, the electrical engineers.
Someone is asking about electrical. Yeah, someone is asking, what about the availability? There are so many jobs.
Yeah. I know somebody who does this electrical engineering and he's doing good. So it's not a must that we all of us be nurses.
Yeah. Can a male person apply for nursing job? Yes, nurse is not a woman job, but in Africa we got nurse is a woman. No, it's a profession like any other profession. It's a degree. Someone is asking, how can I apply for scholarship that is master's degree? Just on my YouTube channel, go on even like the third and fourth video, there is the question I said, the question you need to ask if you're looking for master's degree or PhD.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay. Or go to the playlist. On the playlist, it says scholarships. You'll find all the scholarships there. Are there diploma scholarships? No. First of all, there's no education level called a diploma in America. So there are no. Or in Europe, it's very difficult. Most are degrees. Dear EBM, I'm the V 2021 winner. I have submitted DS260. I requested to unlock DS260 to change my interview location, but there are no interview location. They removed it from the form. That is strange. What you can do, you can just try to call them if there is such a big problem, because it's supposed to be there. Let me answer a question. Please, EBM, try and answer a question from each person. Sometimes you answer so many questions from a single person. I'm so sorry, Captain Chichi. Sometimes it might be related to the question. Which state in America is safer on racism? Most of the bigger states, they are more integrated. Like if you're talking about New York, California, the states which are bigger with high, like if you go to the smaller states, they are very, very in the rural. They have no exposure. I can simply say in that way category. Maybe I can simply say. Okay, you are back. Do I need the policy documents from all countries I've visited before? I mean Interpol. You need the policy clearance in all countries you have lived for more than 6 months. Not just you have been to a country for a week as a vacation, you need. And it's not an Interpol, you need it from the particular country. If you lived in Dubai, you get from Dubai. If you lived in South Africa, you need it to get from South Africa. EBM, please, I want to know, can you let someone rent a place for you or yourself before to fill out the DS260 before you get there? If you have won the DV lottery, first of all, the day you are filling the DS260 and then until the day of the interview, it can go almost even a year. It depends. The results come out in May 8. The interview can be in August 2022. So you cannot rent apartment.
What for?
Yeah. I mean, if you rent, you should be paying. You are not living in that apartment. But if you have a host, someone will give you the address. That is something else. That's why we say you need to have. Okay. EBM, what's the update on DV 2021 winners on the interview, and will it affect the DV 2022 winners? It will not affect the DV 2022 winners unless otherwise the court says that people for DV 2021 should be interviewed beyond September 30th. That will affect. But out of that, it doesn't affect anything because each fiscal year. And even if they got to be interviewed beyond 2021, beyond September, it doesn't take the winners of DV 2022. Those will continue to be DV 2021 winners, but the date has been changed. That's the all. It doesn't affect that if they get more interviews beyond that date, they're taking from your spot. No. So don't be upset with the DV 2021 winners. But the DV 2021 winners, they're in much trouble because of the rate of the interviews are very, very slow.
Slow, yeah.
Yeah. It's very tough. For instance, like Nairobi, they're in the lockdown or restrictions. So obviously the embassy cannot operate well. You cannot travel from somewhere to come to Nairobi to do the interview. Okay. So when I notice I have not won in May, can I check out in June? Maybe the reply will be different, or may it be not positive, it's done. You are allowed to check 100 times, 1 million times, but the answer is the final. There is no second selection. There are people that say, oh, there's second selection. No. The person maybe the day he looked didn't look properly. But for instance, the 2021 winners, they have selected all 133,000 winners. So why should they add more to 200,000? Why? In the end, 55,000 visas are going to be issued. So they're not going to add more and more, even 1 million winners, no. So the day you check the results, if you have won, you check the next day, you have won. Check the next week, you have won. If you didn't win, you didn't win. And don't start, okay, I didn't win. What was the reason? Is it because I had dreads? Is it because, no, you didn't win because there are many people. Simple.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your experience in life in Texas in general?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I love it here. I love it here. I've been to Maryland. I went there once when I went to renew my passport.
Yeah.
And I could not compare the two states. I'm in love with Texas.
Is most of these states are bigger and they are spread. One to Maryland, DC, they are tiny, they're smaller thing, you cannot even breathe.
Yes.
In the backyard.
Yes. Yes. And then the cost of living in Maryland is a bit higher.
Very, very high.
Yeah. But I love Texas. I'm in Texas and I'm not planning to relocate anytime.
Yeah. That is very good to hear. Yeah. So those are, we have answered most of the question. I know we cannot finish all the questions no matter what. So any person in any case, we didn't answer any person's question. Please forgive us. We cannot, because there are so many questions. So we are just, yeah. Well, I didn't answer this from Chich. EBM, please answer this. Those of us with degrees and want to change to a different field, will we still do common units? So if you have a degree, don't waste your time to do another degree. Just do a master's if you want to study. And you can do a master's in another field. You don't need to go and start another bachelor degree. And if you decide to do a bachelor degree, you can transfer units. So you don't need to start going to study all from course one. You can transfer certain courses and then you can finish maybe within a year or two and get another degree if you want. But I don't see the logic of going to do another degree 4 years. It's wastage of resources. Do a master's or do another certification.
Another person is asking.
There's a question for you. Before you answer, how long did it take for you after arriving here when they sent the actual card? That is from Paul.
Oh, yeah. Our green cards came in 1 month. We stayed for 1 month and then the green card arrived. The green cards arrived. And 1 month, you have all your documents.
Let me ask you related to that one. When did you pay that the fee for the actual green card?
We paid when back in Kenya.
While you were in Kenya?
When back in Kenya. That's when we paid. And we tried to pay using our Kenyan cards. They could not pay. So we asked our host to pay for us.
Yeah. So that is a good question, because usually people ask me and say, it depends, first of all, when do you pay? If you pay before you travel, it is shorten the process.
Yes.
Once you arrive here, it will be within a month. But if you're allowed to pay while you are here, but if you pay while you are here, that means you prolong. Still, it doesn't affect
take even 3 months.
Yeah, it doesn't affect anything, because your visa is actual immigrant visa, is a green card visa, and you'll be having a social. You can start working while you are waiting for the card. So
so long as you have the social security, you can start working. Green card will get you already working. Okay, I was saying there is this.
Answer you want to ask first of all. So
Lois Wakini asked, how can I get a scholarship while back in Kenya? You can answer her.
Just in a very easy way. Let me, if you go to my YouTube channel and you go to just on the top, there is what we call the, let me show quickly. At the top of the screen, there is a playlist. On the playlist, go on the playlist called scholarships. On that playlist of the scholarship, it explains all the steps, what you need to do in order to get scholarships. Because I cannot start like getting scholarships, because I explain the scholarship between the US and Canada. What are the things? And even like the video I posted like this week, like if you go 5 videos before this one, there is a video called, it say 5 important questions to ask yourself before you apply for scholarships. So that will be the start with. Like, do you want to apply in Europe? Do you apply to America? Do you apply to a PhD or master's, bachelor? All those kind of things. Those will be the good start questions. And then you can see how to apply. Is the clinical psychology marketable in the US? Yes, but no. First of all, this kind of psychology course programs, you don't just because you have degree in psychology, you can come here and cancel anybody. You have to get a license to practice in the state you are. So you have, just like a CPA people, they take examination. Just like people like lawyers, they take it by exam. Psychology, counseling, you have to take the certain examination of your state to be licensed to work in your state. So that is something you need to know. So you cannot just apply directly and come here and just take that exam. You have to study to take that exam, because there are regulations particular to your state. You need to know to pass those one. I've already answered this one. Please, will I be able to practice midwifery in America because I have a diploma in midwifery in Ghana? Medical, you cannot just come here and just go and apply direct. You have to upgrade while you're in America. You cannot. Yes, it is a good start, but you cannot be hired just because of a degree of medical from another country. No, you have to take a certification while you are here. Okay, someone is asking, I disagree. The path to education should be based on someone's choice. Yes, I don't know what the question was. Can credits from university be transferred? Like I see, whatever, I don't know. Yes, you can transfer credit, but they are going to look at the course you started, the way it was weight, and all those kind of things. And the university has the right to choose which courses and which course not to be allowed to be transferred. Hi, IBM, I'm a mechanic with 3 years training from an institution. Please, can I get military work in America? Can I get military work in America? In order to join the US military, you have to need to have a minimum of high school education, and then the age and other factors. Okay. Do you have any question on your end?
Yes, there is the last one here. She's saying, with Letitia and Yeu, with a degree in bachelor education, will you undergo another training at the state before allowing you to work there? And how long will it take you? I think this is a teacher. Is a teacher in Africa, and she wants to continue teaching here.
So teaching is different. You have to get a license. And the teaching license is easy to get it. It's not like lawyers to get their license. But you can, yes, it's very easy. There are professions which you need to have a license, and these are requirements, even for American, to be able to teach. You have to get a license, and the license usually is to be in a safe side to know the requirement and the instructions. For instance, maybe in your country in Kenya, you are allowed to stick a child. Here, you're not allowed. Maybe you're allowed to use this type of language. Here, you're not allowed. Here, whatever. So, for instance, in Kenya, a teacher to tell you, oh, you are feeling sick, oh, Jesus will heal you. Here, you cannot say that in the class. You see the difference? So you need to know that's the meaning of the license, because not everybody believes in Jesus. And someone can be offended, and you can be sued. So there are other things. So you need to have a license. That's the purpose of the license. So if you're a teacher, you want to be a teacher here, you have a degree, yes, go undergo the license, and you'll be allowed to do that.
Yeah, if you feel you will continue with the teaching. Myself, I was a teacher back home. And when I came here, I decided, you know what? Me and teaching, we are two different things. Let me do different things. One thing is because of my accent. I don't want to go to teach these kids and they start telling, hey, ma'am, you have an accent. You know, I don't want I don't want those embarrassment and whatever. And then teaching doesn't pay so well.
Yeah, even here, teaching still pay low.
Yeah, it doesn't pay so well. So I decided, let me put my Kenyan teaching down and do something different.
Is facilities management a good cause in the US? Any cause is a good cause, depending what do you want with that one. Are you looking for how much money you can get? Do you mean like, because in Africa we have like, oh, I have to do MBA because it pays low. Why do you want to study something? There are so many programs. If you want to, I'm giving you an example. If you want good money, you can decide even to become a truck driver. You don't have a degree, you just go to the training, you become a truck driver, you can get good money. You can get 100,000, you can get paid more than someone with a PhD. So it depends, why do you want to study something? Remember, in the US, there are so many programs, there are so many types of jobs, there are so many opportunities. So don't just go to study something just because of the certificate. People also, they look on the work experience you have.
Yes.
Don't come here from day one and I have to go and study, get the loan. Take your time, do the normal jobs while you are learning to see where do you want to do. Like someone is asking, is it hard to study the business in America? Don't jump on to start any business. You have, if you're a permanent resident, you have the rest of your life to be in America. Don't rush. Take your time. Start work, learning the system, everything. Then you can start the business. You can open the business today and start today. But what business do you want to do? You cannot go to door and is selling like a forever living, how they do in Africa. You cannot do that. You cannot just go and say, let me start to bring Colgate at your door. No, I can buy you from Amazon. Why should I trust you? Oh, if I bring these cultural items from Africa, oh, white people like these cultural items. No, they don't like. The one who buy are the one who traveled to your country in Kenya or in Ghana. They see those ornaments, whatever they buy. But they don't care about those stuff.
Sure.
What should they buy? Why American just let me buy like this giraffe? Why American? Why should they buy this one? For what purpose? Unless as I've traveled to Africa, I can buy because I have interest in Africa already. But I was born here, raised here. Why do I care about this piece of tree? Why should I pay the $30? I can buy a chain. You see the problem. So don't come and start the business because you see few tourists coming to your country. You think all Americans are tourists. And yes, they're tourists, but not for Africa. They might be caring much about Israel or care much about European culture or Asian culture. So study and look before you start any business that will be able to do that. I'm a gas station supervisor, a qualified job work. Still, we say is yes, but also it depends what education you have, what experience do you have, what training you have, what is the nature of the gas station? Is it in the village, just one pump, or is it a total company in the big Nairobi city. So all those kind of things will be able to play part to mean, what does that mean?
Okay, I have a question here from A&M Squad. He said, I would like to come with my family as a student. I am single with 3 kids. Can I be able to work outside campus even though chini ya maji? Can I make it to take care of my family for 20 hours? You can advise her or him. I don't know if
the law doesn't allow you to work off campus. First of all, let's go with the law. The law doesn't allow you to work off campus. That's number one. The law doesn't allow you to work more than 20 hours.
As a student.
Law, as a student. If you get caught, 100% deportation. Do people work under the table? Yes. Do people work off campus? Yes. Are they caught? Yes. Are they not caught? Yes. So, don't plan your life on probability.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it depends. What are you coming to study? Which program? If you're coming for 1 year program, they cannot allow you to come with a family of 3. Like, it's very difficult. But if you're coming for master's, PhD, they can think about it. Like you're coming for 5 years program. My advice will be, come alone and start the life. If you're a student, and then you will see how you can be able to survive if you can be able to bring your family. But don't come from day one, because if you come as a student, your wife, your children are coming under F2 and they are not allowed to work. So you'll be the main person to provide. And if you don't have a scholarship, that will be another problem. Because 20 hours per week, remember the job is $10 per hour in most of the campuses. $12 per hour times 20 hours times a month. How much you get? Less than 1,000. Which state do you live? What expense do you have? Insurance will go high because you have the family. So that is something you need to consider. Okay, there is a question. Hi, Shiko. What if one of the police clearance is not in English? We have to send them the original copy, which is in a foreign language, Mandarin, for example, or we must send them the translated one. You send both. You send the original copy and you send the translated one. All the documents sent to the KCC must be in English. If they're not in English, must be translated. But also the original must be sent too. Right?
Yeah. I think we can stop here.
Yeah, let me answer
for last one.
I get a visa if I won the DV lottery while I started studying in my country. I don't know which ones. Can I get the visa if I won the DV lottery while still studying in my country? Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you are studying. If you are studying bachelor degree, yes, you are above high school. If you are high school, you haven't graduated, you need to have 2 years of work experience. Still, the requirements, they don't change because you are studying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to finish.
Yeah, it was 3 hours. 3 hours.
Any hotel jobs that let employee stay in. I'm an accountant and considering applying for hotel jobs at 50. If I win, very rare. Up here in the US, they don't like you stay in the hotel, because where do you work? You work closer to where you live, like 30 minutes. Very rare they can give you a room because you're a security guard or you work late night. No, the shift, there are 8 hours shift. There are 3 shifts most of the time. You can work from 8 or whatever, 6 up to 2, from 2 to midnight to the morning. You go to stay at your home. Mostly they don't do that. They give you the room. No. Can I, on jobs, since you can quit job anytime, is the payment daily? If so, is it by cash or by check? The payment they give you after 2 weeks. That is, they they pay you can pay by check, depending, or direct deposit. So if you quit today and you've already worked maybe the last week, when the pay comes, they will pay the hours you accumulated on your like final check. They pay. That's all. This is a question for you, Shiko and EBM. What is the cost of housing in Texas and Kansas for a newcomer studio or one bedroom?
I think she's asking about the rent.
Yeah.
For one bedroom, it depends with the city. There are some cities which are costly than others. But where I used to live, it was it was for zone cost. For those people who are we used to pay more. For one bedroom, it was going for $1,000. That is 100,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yeah.
But in some cities, you can get even for 800. Yeah.
Yeah. Here in Kansas is around the one bedroom, 600, 700, depending on the neighborhood, up to 1,000, depending on the neighborhood, which one you go.
Yes.
If you go to the bigger, like in San Diego, LA, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, Maryland, whatever, it can be even, yeah. How many people can a host take at a time, depending on the capacity?
Yes,
Yeah.
but you can't host more than 2 people, and you're living in an apartment. Where are these people gonna stay?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very tough kind of like, unless others is a capacity, but if you have a big mansion, but if you don't have, it's very tough. We'll be giving a hard time someone to host like 4 different families in one house. Yeah, is a very tough one.
Yeah.
Is Texas very cold, Shiko?
No, Texas is not cold, but we experience very hot summers. Like right now, we are heading to summer. I will be posting videos.
Since I'm here in Ukraine, the police report will get some from my home country and here too. Yes.
Yes.
Hello, EBM and Shiko. Must I get an affidavit of support? Shiko, did you have that with you in the US Embassy?
Affidavit of support. I think it is the one from the host. No.
Yeah.
But I think nowadays they were.
Yeah, so no.
I think recently
I have a video. It's called when he's removed the public charge. I've already explained that one.
Oh yeah, you can go and watch that video.
EBM, what is the future of the DV 2020, please? Case number 26,000, Wairim, Florence. Still is going very, very slow. We hope they can be able to reach many people. And especially if they make the decision of doing visual online interviews, if they change that regulation, they'll be able to go so fast. But if they still continue to do on-site, that will be a difficult one. Will university students pay for their education? If you don't get a scholarship, yes, you pay for your own.
Domoa.
Yeah, he said, please answer my question. Which is the question?
Yeah, yes. Please, I
in my country. I'm not in the country now, and I don't have documents for where am I now? Please help me. If you win, you have to process. When you process, you need to have when they say the medical, for instance, the documents they need, it will be your passport. I believe where you are, you have your passport. The document they need a birth certificate. If you don't have the birth certificate, when they ask the document, they cannot process your documents. That is not their problem. Remember, that's why they choose over 100,000 winners, because they know some of you don't have the documents. If you don't, they will not call you for the interview. So you have two. If I've won the DV lottery, I can go back to my home country. I don't care how much it will cost me. Remember, you're coming to America. That is the opportunity. If you don't want, you don't have the documents, no problem. Don't submit. They are going ahead to process to other people. That is the problem. You must have the documents they need. When they say go to do the medical, when do this one, you have to do. Without that, can you advise a military in Kenya to quit her job to go to the US? It depends. If you ask me, the question will be, EBM, will you quit your job as a military? Will you quit your job as a bank manager to come to America? If you ask me, I will say yes. And it depends on the age, depending on your goal. I cannot say yes to everybody, because there are some people at the time of their life, they have already established themselves. They don't want to go to other country. Military person, I don't know what is your rank. Are you a colonel, or you are just someone getting $400 per month? If you get less than $5,000 per month, it depends each person. But for me, even if I'm a university professor, I quit that day. I come to America. For me, coming to America is not, America is better than anything. There is dreams I have. I want to travel. I want to experience certain things. And if I have education, I have requirement, I can come back, I can get another good job. I don't want to say that everybody must come to America. No. Depends on your goals, what you want in your life. And it doesn't mean that when you come to America, you'll have a better life. You can be in Kenya and have a better life, enjoyment, happiness than here for me being in America. But what are your goals? Yeah. People say, yeah, Shiko was agreed to have 2 hours, but now we have already 3 hours. Yes, she's tired. You have to let her go.
You know, I have a small baby and she's nursing, so, but right now she's asleep. There is one person here saying that he asked 3 questions and you have not answered.
Who? Let me see. What is the who? What is the question?
Masinyaosi. Masinyaosi.
I've answered the okay. Okay, let me find the question.
There is work like house.
I've answered that question. She asked one before that one. Mercy, can you?
You removed your message. It is showing message distracted.
That's, yeah, because that's why, yeah. Can you repost your question, please?
Okay, I got this one from her. What happened if someone has a kid and she didn't add a kid in the child in the application? If you win the lottery, there is a way you can bring the kid after you stabilize yourself.
Number 1, never apply the V lottery without putting your child there. No matter whether you don't have, better not apply at all. Because if you say you don't have a child, remember you don't have a child. If you put you have a child, you are going to be denied the visa. Instruction number 14 of the DV lottery. If you say you are married, you are not married, and you are legally married and you have marriage certificate, you'll be in trouble. So, if you don't have a child, I'm not saying loud, I'm saying very, very quiet. Process that you don't have a child forever. So, if you want to bring that child down the road, first of all, you have to wait until you are a US citizen.
Yeah, and 5 years.
And still, that is a long process still. Like, there is be another process. Why didn't you put that child? Because once you are a US citizen, it will be difficult to take out your citizenship. Then you can process it. Whether you're going to adapt to that child or whatever it is, that is another process. It's a very complicated process. So to avoid everything, why can't you put your child? Just put your child. The question is, do you have a child? You cannot say, I forgot.
What they say, because they come to my inbox, they tell me I am far from my children and I could not get their photos. And
that's why we tell this information in advance. Right now, you are going to apply in October, get the photo now. Or don't apply. Because it will be hectic. Either you have to take the risk. I'm coming here alone, and I go to deny you as your child. Yes, you'll be sending the money. It will pass 5 years to become a US citizen, and then you start processing. how to bring that person, or go and adopt that person again and ask to bring the person. So the risk is higher than the struggle to get the photo. Because no matter what you explain, it is cheaper and it is very safer to get the opportunity to get the photo. That's why we usually tell people, get the photo in advance. Use the last year's photo. If better to use that way, it's not allowed, but better to do that way. Get the photo in advance because it is risky. It can cost you.
Yes. And if you fear that you are not stable, you come with the baby, the child. After you get the green card, take the child back.
Yes.
Then you come back, stabilize, then go get him when already he has the documents. It is easier that way.
Can a single mother of 2 live in one bedroom, and can one leave the kids aged 10 and 12 alone in the house? You cannot leave a child under the age of 13 alone at house. No. Most of each state is different.
Most of the states, yeah.
Most of the states is above the age of 13. That's number. You cannot leave.
12.
Yeah, about 12, no. So you have to get a babysitter in that particular situation. Yes, you can live in one bedroom. There is no problem. You can find a way how to put that way. Yes, you can do that. But there are so many strict, if a neighbor calls, they will take away your children.
Yeah. And still on the issue of the child and the mom. She's single, she wants to leave the child behind. It doesn't matter whether you got the kid before or while in school or not. So long as it is your child, fill her in, and let it remain like that, because she is your child or he is your child. It doesn't matter when you got the baby.
I need an answer about me being single, but my kid certificate has her dad's name on it. So what's the problem? Yeah, the kids will have the certificate. The name will be the name of the father, obviously. But the point is, there is no law or regulation says in order to have a child, you must be married. There is no that law. If you have a child, you're a single mother, that means if you want to come with a child, you come with a child. But that will be another negotiation, you and depending on the age of the children and whether you can negotiate, the father will be okay if is involved to give the letter like, okay, there is no problem. But there is no problem kids to have the name of their dad's name, because if they don't have the dad's name, they'll have the name of someone. But the point is, if these are your children, your child, you don't need to be married to have a child. If you have a children, you can come with them. As long as you and the father have agreed and you're on good terms, they can do that.
Yeah, as long as the baby is already born. Even if you are pregnant, there is no problem. You just come when pregnant. There is no issue. That is an issue. Because one but the commander is asking, what happens if you are pregnant when applying for the DV lottery? What happens when you are selected? When you're selected, maybe the baby is already born. You will provide the documents to show this baby was born on this particular day. Yeah. This particular day, the application was already made. These people, they know life has to continue. They will get the documents and you will come with your baby. As simple as that. Honesty and truth is all that matters in this process.
Yeah. If I go as a student and stay for some time, can I be able to invite my children later? They will come as a tourist. You are as a student, you cannot give them green card. You can invite.
Because yourself, you don't have it.
Yeah. But you got a kid when you are out of school and you are not married. Yeah, there is no requirement you must be married to have a child. Are there daycares where can you take your kids while you work? Yes, there are lots of daycares. Expensive. The cheapest one will be 1,000 per month. That is the cheapest. And if you have a younger child, like 1 month old, one less than a few months, it's more expensive. 1,500, 2,000. The younger they are, the more money. Just
Yeah.
asking people way. Let's say the minimum wage. Someone was also asking about minimum wage. For instance, maybe Texas, maybe minimum dollar job is $10. Meaning, take the $10 times the number of hours and times per month. So if it's $10, just find how many hours the child will be there. Add there. So average will be that amount. Oh, the kids are now. This is Benedict. Is like,
Hey,
I mean,
yeah,
this is
it's missing you.
What, Benedict? Faustina is awake. That's why. So I have to go and help them.
Oh yeah, I think we will be doing this. We'll be doing this more often.
Yeah. Thank you for your advice. My case number is AS 2000. Case number that is available. Still not conducting interview in Sri Lanka or our US embassy is open. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but everybody will be, especially like 2000 number for Asia. That is still a small case number. For me, I don't have wife and kids. I can come to the United States. Okay, let me end up here. IEBM, what are some good paying handy skilled jobs a person can learn before coming to America to use this as a side hustle? But there are certain things like still you can be able to do. I'm giving example. If let's say I want to do plumbing, I'm giving example. But you have to get certain codes. But the best way, know how to make hair, especially women's hair, black women hair. You get a lot of money to do that. That is a very quick hide hustle. If just to do the like those dresses like a Maasai, the cheapest amount $100,000. I mean $100 per person. I believe you have there on purpose.
No, I shaved before I came here. I used to shave even back home.
Oh, that's good.
But I have girls. And they have long hair, so I have to train myself to do their hair because I can't afford paying for their hair every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me end here now. So thank you so much. Few things I have to make clear to others. Number one is for everybody to go to Shiko's channel and subscribe. The link of her YouTube channel is here. I've posted here and I'm posting on the comment. She still have a small YouTube channel, almost 4,000 subscribers. Go there and subscribe. That's number one thing. For people who are here, haven't watched my YouTube channel, do so right now too. For those who speak Swahili, I know there are so many people from Kenya and Tanzania here. Remember to subscribe to EBM Swahili. So just go to the youtube.com, EBM Swahili. You can be able to check my YouTube videos over there in Swahili. The content is similar, but there are certain things are different. I've done a lot of interviews with so many other people in Swahili. And also, we are going to do also another one with Shiko in Swahili too, for those who want the Swahili content, because we have so many people in Mauritius, Burundi, Kenya, South Sudan, Tanzania. They have been following in Swahili channel. So thank you, everyone. Last question, green card holders, can you work it how many hours? Maximum 20 hours, 24 hours in a day. There are 24 hours in a day. You can work all the hours. So thank you, everyone. Remember to subscribe. And someone, they know you. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, let me say this thing. Last thing. One Amos Kerui is saying, the one who said that he don't have a wife and kids. He was asking if he can come to US. Yes, it is not a must that you be married to win the green card. Anybody can win the green card.
Why am I rejecting? Please answer a question. What is the question? Ask, what is the question? Please answer me. Okay, please, you have to, what if I add my girlfriend? No, girlfriend is not your wife. After you win, get married first and then add your wife. So there is no about the girlfriend. What if I add my girlfriend after winning? No, add your wife. Get married first. If you get married, add your wife. If you add someone and the date of marriage is different, you are faking, they will deny you. So you don't add your girlfriend, you add your wife. Get married. Win, get married, process with you and your wife. That's all. They don't care because you are young. Because if the age of getting married in your country is 18 and you are 18, you can get married. There is no requirement that you must be 50 to get married.
Yeah, this is the last one, guys. I'm doing. Kulo Abdirahman asked, if you win and you are still in high school, what document are you going to submit to them?
More than 2 years of work experience, because you don't have high school education. You are still a student. That's why, even if you're in high school, where do you volunteer? Don't bring to me, I'm in high school. So who to do high school? They have to eat beans and ugali and just stay at home. No. You have to volunteer. In America, at the age of 16, people start to volunteer. They're 18 high school, they have more than 2 years of work experience. The problem is we want to get money.
Yes. Okay, guys, it was so nice to have this show. It was 3 hours, 20 minutes already, and we'll be doing this more often.
You see, my house now is a very big house, right? Nowadays, I like the background. You see, you have to change yours to look like this one.
Yes, I will. Now I have you. Now I have you. You will be showing me how to do this thing.
Man, this guy has a very nice home, has a very good life. No, it's just a pure background. Okay, thank you so much, and have a nice day over there.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
And thank you everyone for spending time with us today, evening for others over there. So